Hello, hello, welcome, chat. Welcome. Welcome, chat, welcome. VCT देखेंगे आज हम. बहुत टाइम हो गया भाई VCT नहीं देखा. थोड़ी सी आवाज और.
Not even going to be committed yet. They're not believing in it. There's the Hawk. Tries to swoop forward. Will be able to find the first, but Sociable counter swings back in, and Foot take the pistol for themselves. One round away from Foot. Take the pistol for themselves. One round away from tying it up yet again.
Yeah, just a really good disciplined play here from Foot. Just taking their time, finding that early pick, working the map a little bit. You don't get caught up too much. A little bit of a delayed reaction here from Vitality on this execute. The fragment maybe just a hair later than you'd like because you have to fall back with the chamber, and you don't know if they're going to push the tempo right then because you have to fall back with the chamber, and you don't know if they're going to push the tempo right then and there or not. That's when Foot opts to spring into action.
The thing about how this all started, it was the pistol going the way of Foot, and then Antico ends up getting dropped. Seems unlikely to occur once more, but Vitality could find it. That might just be this map under wraps for them.
And this is a curious eco from Vitality. They're going all over the board here.
आ रही है हर जगह आवाज आ रही है उसमें वो देखना चाह रहा था कि आवाज आए हर जगह.
Nobody going to be home at art. It's just going to be
trying
to play up close and personal to see if you can get some damage out of those classic right clicks. I'm going to smoke this one off, but I think that Yedajay is aware.
Watching for this, but it is just a ghost who can quickly be
Oh,
but he's able to find the first.
okay.
Second Chronicle running out of bullets.
मैं हम VCT को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं क्योंकि टिकम्स में चुन रखी है बेंच हमने. ठीक है. Oh damn भाई.
Get this potential flank, but he just can't scale forward because as he does, Sociable's going to say hello.
नहीं हुए.
Shot, but he's able to
क्या कर रहे हो?
Survives with 22, and at the moment, Foot still on pace for a flawless.
This is a great idea from Foot to have that extra layer with the trademark to make sure that those flanks are clear. That's something that I was concerned about, and they've already been addressing it very early on in this half. That's really encouraging.
Soft now, rewarded with a quick little shot. Sayonara will get taken down, and Profit, the last one standing, will be able to push forward, grab up that bandit to try to get a little bit of damage in. A couple players that would be susceptible, but it's going to be Cristali checking in on the street side, who will be able to find that kill. So Foot, they tie it up 7-7.
कोई नहीं 7-7 हो गया.
This is really good stuff from Foot so far. A new comp, new ideas. And here on the attacker side, Cypher on this map, and a little bit of frustration there from Yampi, who's had a stellar map, that fragging IGL for Vitality. You know, he's done such a good job to rally this squad back, both with his firepower and his big brain, but that one frustrating him just a little bit. Felt like maybe he should have got the kill. This time, to push up the gut. Just the trademark of Chronicle to watch.
डबल डबल आवाज तो नहीं आ रही ना भाई.
But of course would make noise if he goes sprinting around.
देखो मैं जरा.
Will just be slow scale forward. Clear out the trademark. Yampi, his eyes trained on this position, Vandal in hand. Ready to try to slow it down, but it's going to be Sop coming out on top. As Yampi will fall. A-site opened up a bit, but Foot's still not feeling comfortable enough for this. As Yedajay pushing in the mid, will be able to find Durka completely unawares. That Stinger claims his life now. The B site completely open, primed for the taking.
क्या कर रहा है भाई मेरे?
His Foot start drifting their way down the street. Only Sayonara nearby enough to try to do anything about this.
ये पे अकेला छोड़ रखा है इसको.
That was huge.
Tailwinds into his teammate. Sayonara.
Sayonara को अकेला ही छोड़ दिया VCT.
Detected quite yet, but seems like Vitality also not fully committing towards this side of the map yet, or at least are watching for a potential very late lurk.
बाप रे भाई goosebumps आ रहे हैं मैं पता नहीं क्यों.
On that water side. As we know, everyone from Foot positioned basically here on the side itself. Swing forward, Propik unable to catch that shot. Cannot find the damage. Flash out. It's going to be Sayonara taken down. Chronicle will be able to find one. Propik has to backpedal. The rendezvous situated. It seems like from here it's just
एक जा सकता है. अरे हक दिया.
The ones that are losing out. Prophet now
गया है तो 2 लोग पिक करेंगे इकट्ठे एंटी एंटी
This is excellent work here from Foot, from Yedajay in particular. I am so impressed with the way he's been
मैं
playing.
इनके खराब है मेरे खराब है क्वालिटी किसकी खराब चल रही है समझ ही नहीं आ रहा
Yedajay so reliable there to watch your flanks, to be that guy who's going to do the selfless duty of also setting up some of your duelists and things like that in moments when he has to kind of be the bait a little bit. Tremendous flank awareness, and that's exactly what Foot needs. I was kind of curious if Vitality was going to maybe rip an early timeout, but they're going to let this round go. Couple sheriffs, couple bandits. Chronicle just a headhunter, of course, and Vitality looking to get a thrifty of their own to see if they can turn the tables on this one. This half has been rough, to say the least, so far. Again, this is usually where they're really doing a lot of damage. On Pearl is on this defender's side, so...
भी है ही नहीं कोई खाली छोड़ दे एक भी नहीं है अभी पे सब लोग पे हैं अजीब बात नहीं है अभी तक वो भी नहीं घुस रहे भाई उनको भी डर लग रहा है सारे पे हैं और ऊपर से आराम से अभी प्लांट ऊट होके आराम से जीजी कर सकते हैं
seconds remaining. Slow creep up can continue. Sociable. Catch them. Just look to try to clear out this trademark. It continues to scale forward, in fact, but now has to backpedal away, trying to get himself over into the
Allah.
Does end up getting nice. Down. That's going to be a weapon handed over.
उनको पता चल गया अब इन्फो निकाल ली ना उसने लग गया उनको पता लाइक करो भाई लाइक करो क्या हाल चाल है सबके गया एक और बाप रे याम्पी भाई मेरे एक निकाल एंटी 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 नाइस नाइस थैंक यू फॉर लाइक्स
again another great well thought out round from Foot in terms of selling a little bit of fake on the other side. Sociable
मुझे इन्फो निकाल लेना इन्फो के बाद तो आराम से इजी जीजी हो जाता है पता लग गया ना उनको 5 उधर ही हैं कहाँ जीत रही थी भाई विटालिटी अभी हाफ पूरा 7-3 या 7-2 से निकाला इन्होंने मैं तो थोड़ा लेट हो गया देखने में
A lot to talk about for Vitality. You are going to finally be able to get into that operator. That was another thing I was really thinking about with these 4 rounds in a row that you're
average KD 18-10 2 damage and 180
so it's going to make it that much more difficult if this round doesn't go Vitality's way. It may just be GG. It just
टाइम आउट चल रहा है अब ये टाइम आउट कैसा देने लग गया अभी तो लिखा तो था टाइम आउट
potential opportunity to go back to back should he lose this weapon, so he needs to maintain control of it.
True. पहले लिखा था भाई टाइम आउट मैंने लिखा ही नहीं अभी तक
Foot have the upper hand. They're 1 away from hitting double digits. London, let me hear you if you want to see Vitality bring this back.
आते तो हैं पर कुछ पता भी नहीं है भाई कल जी की तरह ना हो जाए फर्स्ट मैच ने प्यार से रहा बाकी 2 मैच क्या हारे हैं ठा करते हुए नहीं जीतते भाई एंड में हारी गई जी ए पे रश कर रहे हूँ सारे दो वाले बी जा रहे हैं अग दिया भाई 2 किल जी हो गया कर सकते हैं 3-5 है निकाल लेते हैं अभी We believe in VCT भाई now not now सेव करो भाई क्रेडिट है ही नहीं इनके पास सेव कर लो भाई क्या रे बच्ची सेव करना सेव करो भाई।
Left to do, couldn't find any more value.
And they can't get to the operator either. It's just stranded there on the site. Foot are going to get themselves up to double digits.
वो ए से आ रहा है
He's
एक्स्ट्रा,
sprinting all the way through A main. He wants to
मारने
take
आ
these
रहा है
guns
उनको,
out of their hands. He knows that they're in dire straits.
वो खोज रहा है। इसको एक भी किल मिल गया ना अभी यहाँ पर, वो खुश हो जाएगा। बहुत बढ़िया, काम बन गया।
Finding Sayonara right as the spike goes off.
और क्या चाहिए था उसको, एक किल ही तो चाहिए था।
Look at how locked in Foot is right now. This is usually a team that would be getting on their feet, that would be kind of trying to get in their opponent's heads, but they're just so dialed in. It helps when Sop is just so good at point of contact. He's been incredible when you give him an operator.
कुछ पता नहीं भाई, VCT का यही मजेदार है भाई, कुछ नहीं पता तुम्हें अभी। कल जी कितने गांड तोड़ हरा रही थी सबको, बाद में खुद ही आ रही। ट्रू, बहुत बढ़िया हरा रही थी भाई कल जी, बाद में जो ऐसी हुई बस फिर पूछो मत इनकी।
Immediately Vitality just make their exit, giving up this space, and it looks like Footage is going to pump the brakes, play it quiet, and then rescale forward.
They're definitely feeling confident, feeling like they can take these fights. It's a little bit of a
अब मैं VCT क्यों बोल रहा हूँ, मैं भूल ही गया, वेंटालिटी बोलना था, या मैं VCT नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, मुझे नहीं पता भाई। ये जंप पीक सीखनी है भाई, जंप करके आराम से पीक करते हैं भाई ये। एक गया, दो गए, अरे भाई जी जी।
However, fighting back is going to find two, but Sop hits the quick scope. Prophet dead. The A site opened up, and now it's just Chronicle to try to see if he can somehow turn the tides, get this clutch.
He's done it before.
Sees the weaponry, has to make the noise. Swaps off the Guardian Sop again.
Nice.
Okay, Chronicle able to fish out the
1v1 है, नहीं करेगा वो, काउंट कर रहा है, काउंट कर रहा है, काउंट कर रहा है वो, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 कर रहा है वो। आप चेक ही कर लिया उसने एक बार। हाँ जी जी, नाइस वन भाई, क्रॉनिकल, नाइस वन, नाइस वन, हो जाएगा।
To try to rally back.
And this is exactly what Vitality was doing previously, getting these clutches, getting these 1vx's to give them a chance to send it to overtime. And who else but Chronicle to do it again? My God, Sopsa, absolutely nasty.
So many players would just
भाई ये नहीं करते 1 2 3 वाला ना, बाकी लोग तो करते हैं। I guess अब तो ब्रॉन्ज की लॉबी मैंने देखा है लोगों को करते हुए 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4।
You know, it would have been curtains if you could get that one. 2 ops here. If you include the tour de force for Vitality. Sop still has one of his own. Again, a lot of ults available for Foot in this round. A couple on the other side for Vitality. Some great retake ultimates there for the defenders. Chronicle.
ले जाएगा एक, मेरे ख्याल से एक क्रॉनिकल ले जाएगा, एक एस्ट्रा ही लेके जाएगा, और I think so. ये किया उसने, हट मत हट मत हट मत भाई मेरे, हट मत, क्रॉनिक क्रॉनिक हट मत। गया, नाइस वन भाई, जी जी। राइट साइड में, राइट साइड में।
Not be able to find Zeus through that smoke. Foot are in danger of having Vitality be one round away. Prophet anticipating this push up in the tower.
ये भी ले जाएगा एक शायद से। अभी भाग गया भाई वो, बच गया। नाइस क्रॉनिकल, एक और, नहीं जी जी भाई, वेल डन।
The defusing can, and Vitality suddenly are one round away from tying it up.
And now they're finding their footing. All it took was that one
गाइस
Chronicle
जो दो लोग
clutch.
मुझे देख रहे हैं तुम किसको
And they're
सपोर्ट करते हो
right
भाई?
back into it. Nice little maneuvering here by
Who you guys
Chronicle
support?
too. Just shows his great awareness. Moving a little bit further forward. Yampi able to
Nice
hold the line on
shot.
sight to at least get one.
Not
and
gonna
give up his
lie.
life for it with that no command in play. Really slows down Foot, who I like their approach to this round, using that Cosmic Divide, setting up that crunch. They just couldn't get through because Vitality players just ever so slightly outpositioned and outthought them.
It's going to be the Blades and the Tour de Force committed here from Foot to try to get a full buy together. Double operator available though.
लाइक करो भाई, लाइक करो। 4 लोग जो देख रहे हैं लाइक करो हैं।
And Turk are going to be looking for some
एक
opening
दो ही लाइक
hits.
हो रखा है आज, तुम तो भाई करवा सकते हो।
Stacking these on the same side of the map, but Chronicles
Nice
seem to be
भाई,
fun
Chronic।
value. Just a dry peek of the corner. And Zeus has fallen.
Prowler was behind it. They just weren't anticipating him to take that tight of an angle.
इन्फो निकल गई, पता लगे। अबे ओडिन चला रहे हैं भाई। इनका सही है भाई।
A lot of map control here are Vitality because they
ये
still
बीच में
have
शुरू हो
so
जाते हैं
many
ओडिन
control.
चलाना। अरे मैं एक फिक्स करूं क्या तुम्हारे लिए?
Little bit of space in
थोड़ा
mid
सा
here.
उधर को करूं क्या शॉट्स के लिए? रुको मैं करता हूं।
Shots a little bit more difficult on those entries. Can set up the crossfire here. On to B.
Chronicle again. Just gets in on the angle, and there's just no way to really clear these. They're not committing the utility ahead of time, and now Yampi is out on the wider angle. Sociable is dead. Spike is on the floor. He had a chance.
Nice.
He's gonna be able to find one.
गया,
Jump in
बच
now,
गया
and
भाई।
quick exit tagged to 33, tucked into the corner, and absolutely screwed from
गया।
this position. He
नाइस
forward
भाई।
another
10-10
monstrous
कहा था ना भाई मैंने, कुछ पता नहीं भाई।
to 4K and ties it
कुछ
up
भी हो
10-10.
सकता है भाई।
He's coming
समथिंग
alive. Took a little while here.
कुछ भी भाई। क्या चला रहा है भाई ऑफ क्रॉनिकल?
5 rounds in a row seeded.
चला रहा है भाई, कुछ तो बढ़िया ही कर रहा है आज।
And we're all tied up. Exactly what you expected between these two squads. The back and forth, and now the
होली
frustration
गुस्से।
starting to build, starting to brew. And it's going to be a timeout for Foot.
It has to be. A hell of a lot committed to that one. The two ults.
Timeout तो आना ही था।
Everything Zeus just dead off the rip. It's time to pump the brakes. Trying to get these players focused back in. And I don't even know if the double op was scouted in this round. I'm not sure if Turka really sent out a shot with that. So they might still be unawares that that is online at the moment.
I didn't see it, so I think you're absolutely right. It's a good start, though. Sop, 332 ACS, but still some work to do. It's 22 and 12 right now, so just right in line with that average KDA. But I think the problems here are more that I'm not seeing the initiators being able to get involved here for Foot. They're not able to tee up Zeus or Sop for some of these plays where it's a little bait and switch, or able to get the utility there in time. You know, that round Chronicle just a little bit ahead of the curve initially, gets that early kill onto the Blade Storm. So things like that probably got to be talked about here with the coaching staff, with these players, to make sure that, hey, we're running double initiator for a reason. That means that we're clearing angles with the prowlers, with the flashes, with the knife. All these things need to be happening to make sure that we're not giving up these
might
boobies,
be
because they're starting to kind of
I don't know भाई, जब
fall
तुम
for some of
ब्रेक
these
कर
traps,
देते हो
too
ना
much
इनका,
contact. That is
ये जो
not
बीच में
working
टाइम आउट
for
होता है, मेरे ख्याल से टीम्स का थोड़ा सीन बदल
Zeus is
जाता
able
है।
to find a catch.
There it is.
Sayonara taken down, solid flash
They
set
tell
up.
them to push भाई।
Find that early kill, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered. Jump peek out.
पीक निकाली उसने, कुत्ता फेंका, काट लिया उसने। अगर क्रॉनिकल एक निकाल लेगा अभी, डिपेंड्स ऑन प्रोफिक में सूप ले गया, क्रॉनिकल निकालेगा एक, मैक्स एक, दूसरा भी निकाल सकता है पर वो बहुत कोने में तो मुश्किल ही है, मुश्किल है। बच गया भाई, नहीं बस एक ही निकालना, देखा ट्रू। ये कर सकता है वैसे, 1v2 है, नहीं 1v3 है यार, नहीं होगा, कोई नहीं।
They call the timeout. He comes out swinging, finds the 4K, and Foot find the lead once again.
This is absolutely
बाप
beautiful.
रे भाई, ये कीबोर्ड पूरा ऐसे घुमा लेते हैं भाई, मेरा तो जगह ही नहीं है इतनी भाई, आधा कीबोर्ड मेरा बाहर आ गया मेरे डेस्क पे। ये देखो भाई, कीबोर्ड आधा बाहर आ चुका है, कैसे करूँगा मैं? ये तो होगा ही नहीं।
I don't know what they're mad about. I think that was a pretty solid round.
Yeah, still frustrated about some things. Could have been clearer, I suppose, but
Can't do.
critically they're able to find that win. But As mentioned, the money is still there for Vitality. They still have this by the slide forward, but it's going to be Zeus counter spraying to take down Durka in the aggression. He's immediately denied.
He got hit by everything there. The haunt, the flash. The headhunter even found a shot in there.
Worried about this push, but no one really from Vitality going to feel comfortable enough to scale forward towards this position. But
आराम से बैठना चाहिए अभी इनको, पुश ना करे तो बढ़िया रहेगा थोड़ा. Chronicle एक निकाल लेगा आई गेस, उसका थोड़ा अगर हिल जाएगा नहीं आई गेस.
They're getting the proper info. This time though, they commit to this. A little bit challenging. There's a couple players already in position.
30 सेकंड का वेट कर रहे हैं, सीधा ही घुसेंगे वे ठाठा करते हुए. आगे नाइस.
Jump forward, Sop trying to scale up into that smoke, but Yampi lying in wait is able to find the kill, the pop flash out.
ओए नाइस.
Caught by that, is able to find the kill, but now the time is starting to dwindle down.
एक गया, एक और गया.
14 seconds remaining. A 2v2, the fragment to try to zone away, stop him from being able to counter spray.
करने देगा प्लांट, उसको बाहर निकलते पिटेगा. नाइस. 1v1 शिट, might be GG. Nice. Oh, निकल भाई. 2 भाई. True pro player.
As he keeps Vitality alive. Because of course it's Chronicle.
भाई क्या मारा भाई उसने.
Again, I love the early util combos.
ये जो ब्रॉन्ज की लॉबी होती है अभी तक ऑप ही निकाल के पकड़ी होती है भाई इसमें. ट्रू ऑप ही चला रही होती है इसमें, पास से भी क्लोज से. मुझे ये बंदा बड़ा पसंद है. VCT का भाई, एक VCT बोल रहा हूँ, मेंटालिटी का भाई. पोकिंग भाई, स्ट्रेट अप पोकिंग.
Only Vitality left with one, so gonna have to ride this out. Back into double operator effectively. Tour de force.
Prowler will get the spot out. He's able to make his exit. There's a get a chain. Quite going to be caught by that one.
भाई शॉर्ट और लॉन्ग दोनों हो रही है. तुम्हें शॉर्ट लॉन्ग देखने तो लॉन्ग पे आ जाओ, कोई नहीं. लॉन्ग पे फुल दिखेगा तुम्हें, अगर शॉर्ट नहीं देखनी तो लॉन्ग पे आ जाओ. तुम्हें लॉन्ग पे पूरा दिखेगा, पूरा मैच चला रखा है. ओके वो लेफ्ट में बच गया. आई गेस वो ले जाएगा, सायोनारा ले जाएगा. लेट्स गो भाई. ओके सायोनारा ने क्या भाई क्या मार. एक गया. नाइस वन. नीचे जाएंगे नहीं, पता उनको नीचे एक है. सायोना के हाथ में आएंगे सारे वापस से. नाइस भाई. जीज भाई. डैम दैट वाज गुड भाई. लाइक करो भाई.
They've been leaving Sayonara kind of on an island to control long A as that Sova, and this time Durka ready to use Sayonara as a little bit of bait, and then Sayonara just cleans up the rest of the round, just catching Foot off guard time and time again.
And look at the economy, the lack thereof. There is basically nothing to really work with here for Foot. A Vandal in hand for Zeus, a Stinger for Sop, a Guardian for Yedajay, and 2 Outlaws. And there's the first. Didn't have to make it a headshot, but he does. And Chronicle will take down Sop, denying the potential heroics.
They will not peek भाई, unless they flash or what. क्योंकि बाय राउंड नहीं है, सिर्फ एक्सेस के पास बाय राउंड है, बाकी तो साले ऐसे ही चल रखे हैं. बच गए, डिस्ट्रॉय नहीं है. पीछे मार दे. नाइस.
Quite a bit of damage on the Zeus, puts him to 45.
Zeus का किया भाई काम खत्म.
Giving up that angle into streets. Knows that they're still very well favored in this.
Zeus ने गन दे दी भाई. देखो भाई, that's how pro player plays भाई. Zeus कुछ का हेल्थ नहीं थी, उसने गन दे दी उसको. तेरे पास है तू खेल. ये तुम भाई सिल्वर ब्रॉन्ज लॉबी में नहीं कर सकते?
40 seconds remaining.
पता है तुम ही खेल रहे हो
Beautiful map theory from
हैं,
Vitality.
और तुम उसी को गन दे दो फिर भी,
All their bases
और वो
covered
छाके
right
मर
now.
जाए। इधर कम से कम भरोसा तो है,
Clear the trademark.
मरेंगे नहीं।
Drift in.
I guess dead.
That's a
Yes.
hell of a shot. Zeus now.
Zeus एक ले जाएगा और
Profit to start things off, but they need a hell of a lot more than that if the overdrive is going to be enacted. Circus sprinting forward, pitching through the
ओह एंटी भाई
eliminated.
डायरेक्ट
We'll have to commit to this one. Down to 17 health.
गया
Zeus
एक।
still at 45. Foot have their work cut
दो
out for
राइट
them.
साइड में,
They've
एक
made
मेन
this
पे
a
है,
possibility,
ये तो
but
गया।
sayonara.
दो सामने, एक पीक देगा, एक बंदा पीक देगा इनमें से कोई। 3v2 है वैसे तो। नाइस, मेन पे है वो, पता लग गया, वो तो पता मेन पे है।
Just yet a check with a guardian.
नाइस भाई,
Claims his life. Close but no cigar. Vitality.
जी जी भाई, मेंटालिटी ने क्या एंड में निकाला भाई,
13 to 11.
स्ट्रेट अप एंड।
Has shown again that they have so
हारने
much
वाली
resilience. They came back. They were 3 rounds down in the upper finals on
मैंने
this
क्या
map
बोला था,
before
VCT का
Soap
कुछ
Team.
नहीं पता भाई,
Here
कौन
they
जीतता है।
lose the first 5 on their defender's side, and they're able to roll it back.
The Foot have their map pick coming up next, but they're going to be kicking themselves because this was so very winnable for them. We'll see if they can recover as we get ready to go to that map 2 after the break.
No, you just use ChatGPT, make anti-strap.
Yes. I tried that one time.
I had an idea who was, let's say, making pistols and just.
Wait, which one was it? Boasty?
Oh.
Here we go again. I gotta be me. I gotta be me. The dream that I see makes me what I am.
Damn, that's a nice ad. और बताओ भाई, छोड़ो अभी टाइम आउट पे है, अभी तो टाइम आउट चल रहा है। बाप रे भाई, मैं ये इसलिए ऑन नहीं कर रहा वॉइस, क्योंकि मुझे पता नहीं है कि कौन सा कॉपीराइट दे जाएगा, तो इससे बढ़िया वॉइस सिर्फ गेम में ऑन रखेंगे। और जी क्वालिफाई हो जाए बस उसके लिए, फाइनल्स के लिए। ब्रो तुम लोगों का क्या है, यू गाइस वांट जी टू क्वालिफाई? वन जीरो चल रहा है भाई, इसके बाद लेव और एनआरजी का, उसमें तो एनआरजी जीत जाएगी, तो ईजी है, तो लग जाएगा पता, तो लग ही रहा है पता आई गैस। बाकी पता नहीं भाई, कुछ पता भी नहीं है इनका, कभी कोई जीत जाता है, कभी कोई जीत जाता है। आई गेस कि एनआरजी जीत जाएगी। देखो मैंने चुना है, मैं तुम्हें दिखाता हूँ मैंने क्या चुना है भाई, जब तक ये शुरू हो रहा है, वो गेम खुलना दो, मैं दिखाता हूँ मैंने क्या क्या चुना है। तो हमें वो चाहिए भाई, वो लोग जीतें, दैट्स आवर मोटिव, कि वो तो जीत ही जाए। भाई 68 ही है भाई, तुम कब करोगे सब्सक्राइब है भाई? 69 वीडियोस हो गए भाई मेरे चैनल पे, 69 वीडियोस। टेम भाई, एक ये हर टाइम आ जाता है टिडोरा ले, क्या बजा रहा है?
Oh my goodness. No. But we've got to be louder because we want this to go to all 3 maps. But make some noise! Vitality fans, make some noise!
मेंटालिटी ज़्यादा है भाई।
Then London, I'm excited for this next map. So all together now, let's be united in riotous cacophonies of sound.
कुछ तो बकरी है। रुको भाई मैं गेम खोल रहा था। हम तुम्हें दिखाएंगे, मेरे को चाहिए क्या। हेलो भाई। रुको भाई तुम्हें दिखाता हूँ मैं कि चुन क्या रखा है मैंने, जब तक शुरू हो रहा है। अभी शुरू नहीं हुआ। हमने रिजल्ट चल रहे हैं। हमने डाल रखा है अनडिफिटेड में एनआरजी, जो मुझे लगता है जो प्रूफ हो भी रहा है। वो लेवल एंड डाल रखी है भाई मैंने, जी जीज भाई। मेरे को लगा लेवल मैंने हटा दी थी। नहीं, लेफ्ट तो डाल रखे जी जी। वाई टी भी डाल रखी है, जी ई भी डाल रखी है। जी ई हो जाए ना बस तो मज़ा सा आ जाएगा थोड़ा। मेरे को पॉइंट कितने मिल रहे हैं? हाउ हाउ अब स्कोर तो एक भी नहीं। व्हाट डू यू थिंक? स्कोर तो मिलना चाहिए भाई। क्या अभी नहीं मिलेगा, बाद में मिलेगा? क्या सीन है? या जब ये इधर पहुंच जाएंगे सारे, ऐसा कुछ है? देखो मेंटालिटी अभी जीत जाएगी तो इधर आ जाएगी। एनआरजी लेवल से एनआरजी जीत जाएगी। डीआरजी और एक्सल एक्सल जी, आई डोंट नो, मैंने इन दोनों को ही नहीं पता। जी से और एफ सी से मुश्किल है दोनों। दोनों से कोई भी जीत सकता है। ये वाला मैच देखने वाला होगा भाई, ये वाला मैच होगा देखने वाला। इसके और इसमें से एक कोई आएगा, फिर ये दोनों लड़के फिर इधर जाएंगे, दो चार टीम जाएंगे इधर। पॉइंट भी गुड शिट भाई। हम मैच देखते हैं। कहाँ गया मैच? पहले कैप्चर को हटाना है, इसको नहीं। अभी इतना छोटा क्यों गया? हाँ, को हटा दूँ क्या? तुम्हें तो दिखाना था ना मेरे को क्या किया मैंने। अजीब बात है।
Yeah, and of course you could always count on Kron. The man does no wrong. Now, you were mentioning Durka versus how Turkish players a little bit earlier, Mini. Let's take a look at our HyperX reflex moment from Sop.
Yeah, it's a beautiful moment here. We saw
ये तो बढ़िया
the
shot
Neon
था भाई.
nerf maybe coming into effect a little bit there. You know, no, can't jump in the air quite as easily anymore, and Sop able to capitalize on that one. Sop was fantastic in this game despite the loss on that chamber again. First time he's played it this year, and it was just like, are we going to get a map where he plays bad at this point?
No, I honestly don't think so. It feels as though this guy could do no wrong, which is crazy. You know, we kind of told his story yesterday where this guy was playing to get into challengers this time last year, and now he's coming out on the global stage and doing things like that to a veteran such as Derka. It's really nice to see.
Well, we do have another side that was coming really close. Let's see what Jen Lee had a chat with the coach. See what they had to say. With that double duelist comp.
Yeah, they should be favored here. Pearl was not their map pick at all. They've not won it this year. Vitality have won it every single time. Expected result. The actual end result, the fact they made it so close gives me a lot of hope. They are going to be a lot better on that Haven. I think that they are extremely good on that map. They know how to be aggressive. They know how to send it out. They know what they're doing with their rotations. So I think that this is the chance to pull back into the series.
Yeah, we were highlighting some of the deep extremities that they were able to have against full sets yesterday. I'm thinking of Sop propping himself up C long with the operator, how they're contesting for that A main space as well. It was really impressive, but for Vitality, I'm intrigued to see what approach they go down. We saw Sayonara move away from the Viper and onto the Phoenix last time. This was EMEA, and it looks as though they're going to do the same thing here.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly the same. Vitality want
Chronicle
to
Liras,
on that defense side.
Cypher,
they're very good on this defense
Phoenix,
side right now.
Jet,
from their
Champi ले रहा है सोवा ओमन. ठीक है. सोवा शेरिफ. Almost same है सिर्फ वेले को छोड़ के. सामने टीम भी.
And the person I want to highlight here is Durka. He was 3
Almost same.
10 on that defense side of Pearl, and I think on
What do you think?
he is the key piece. I said before, he struggles a little bit when people get in his face, and that's what Foot is going to do, and I wonder how he's going to deal with it this time around.
I think starting on this attack, something to keep an eye on with this double duelist composition is how quickly can they take that information away from Vitality. They have Chronicle with the trips, probably propped up in Garage or B here. I think that's going to be key to their success. They also have a Sova there to be able to get rid of those cross map and create that pressure so that they can kind of create question marks for Vitality, because realistically, what do they actually have to re-clear that space with this defensive composition?
Speaking of Sova, I'm looking at Yampi here. He played excellently, especially in that first half of the first map there. Do you think he'll be really critical in Haven?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think like Billy's saying, it's about the information game. Vitality don't have much of it. It's going to be about him doing it with the drone, with the recon, and with the calls. Telling his teammates, we need information, let's push out. We need to do something. Right now, Vitality are far too passive, in my opinion, when they've been playing this map in EMEA. And I think that against Foot today, it's going to have to change.
Yeah, they do seem to like those overtimes on this map, and I'm pretty sure they don't want any of that today. You want to go strong into playoffs. Who, if they do close out this map, they're in. They're in. They're going to go join the big boys in the first seed towards Masters London Trophy. So let's see if Vitality can keep that momentum going, or Foot is going to bring it back as we send it back to our casters, Achilleos and Paper Thin.
Thank you very much, Victoria. Here we go. Haven Foot's map pick. Can they rebound after that nail biter, that close loss on Pearl? This would be a monstrous way to try to push this into a map 3. London, do you want to see this go the distance? Do you want to see map 3?
Map 2 नहीं है, map 3 कैसे हो गया?
I don't.
Right there with you.
I want to see that fracture. I want to see Vitality's fracture. That's what I'm really keen about in this matchup potentially. But we got to get their foot right on the pistols. One both on Pearl. Looking to see if they can continue that streak.
Chronic के पास है.
Unless he grabbed it back, but I think it might have been shock darted, and he's just getting out of dodge.
But Sop is still able to collect the kill. Chronicle going to be taken down. Great boss of the former map now eliminated.
अरे है ही नहीं इसके पास.
But it's going to be held at bay for the moment, and
He can. इधर ही है वो. इधर ही नहीं. Right side में बैठा वो.
Trying to play off the cam. Be able to get that dart, but Sayonara still scaling forward right here alongside him.
गया.
अरे क्या? So very fast with that.
ये भगवान.
Managed to get traded out, but still a player advantage for Foot as they look to try to maintain that perfection in the pistols. Paranoia down into the corner, not going to be catching the player at hell, but Zeus
गया.
will be ice.
Oh!
And eventually going to be
Oh,
taken
गया.
down. Durka finds himself a third, but
Too
Sociable
much.
cleans up Yampi, and Durka, he's just out of time. They're trying to play for
Oh!
as he gets himself a 4K.
Nice shot, bे.
But Sociable will be able to
भाई
clean up the
शॉट देखा
pistol
तुमने?
win for Foot.
शॉट देखा तुमने?
This is quite
Replay दिखाओ भाई.
interesting round here. Chronicle there, feeling that pressure, thinking he has just enough time to escape, but with that
Last shot देखना इसका.
visual spot,
डायरेक्ट का.
it's going to be the kill for Sop. The
ये तो होगा भाई.
jet
Full
battle
2 on.
gonna be
चीची कर
very
दी.
crucial here. But Durka already
ये देखना. डेरिका का देखना.
you know, he's
क्या
talked
shot.
very publicly about how he's very happy to not have to necessarily be stuck in neon jail anymore. So maybe that's a sign of things to come. And in fact, look at this.
Yeah, he's going to be forcing it into Outlaw, but look at the armor on
Oh.
the other side, and look at the shot from Sop. Outlaw immediately
गया.
managed to find that damage, but Cristali is fully anticipating
पहले के 2-3
Sewer.
राउंड हारते हैं ये भी.
Just reading the second approach as well. And this is just Foot looking like they have such a solid read.
2v4, 2v5.
Absolutely.
एक गया है भी. ओ बच गया भाई.
The wheel there for Yetiche, able to find the punish on a Chronicle.
ये अब तो गया.
Sociable's already
Dead.
scaled forward.
हाँ.
Chronicle none the wiser, he gets caught. And it is just open season on this map at the moment. Foot, complete and utter free reign.
I mean, we're seeing them have another hot start. See if they can keep it up.
10 HP है ये. अगर इसको नहीं मार पाया ना.
He's not going to be reading this. You would think. You know, gives it a consideration. Right click would have had it, but it's a wag of the
10
finger
HP
from
था
himself
वो.
telling him,
10 HP. Just
I'm
10
not gonna
HP.
get taken down, not by you, and it's a flawless way for Foot to scoop up the anti-eco.
Yeah, having those armors, really nice. Trying to gamble a little bit. Again,
I
trying to
guess.
see if they could flip the script
But
of Vitality by going for an, you know, kind of off-kilter buy.
I guess तुम्हें क्या लगता है? मेरे ख्याल से तो विजिट का जब भी मैच होता है ना, तो जो सबसे पहला टीम जो सबसे पहला जीत गई है ना, वो सेकंड मैच हारती है. फिर थर्ड मैच तक बात जाती है पूरी. मैंने जितनी बार देखा है.
You take the Vandal.
That's fair.
Granted, I mean, Yampi, of course,
बाप
very
रे उसने
solid
कहाँ
performance
डाल
in that
रखी है
previous
ट्रिप?
map.
जेट के लिए.
Instrumental in getting the win, but yeah, Platch set up for
हाँ
this.
जेट के लिए.
Try to stop that
अगर
up
पुश
and over
करेगी
from
तो.
either the Waylay or the Jet. Drop guard out, not going to be connecting with anything. Recon's going to be cleared.
जेट आगे नहीं गई.
He's just popping up
गई,
on top of
बच
the
गई.
box, but there's that
बच
refract
गया,
not gonna be taken, but
वेली था.
Sidearm still ends up getting caught. Sociable able to find that elimination. At the same time, Cristali just trying to hold them at bay.
थोड़ा
He's
right,
back.
थोड़ा right.
Side
भाई मेरे.
space has been filled, and Durka's able to
ओए
find one. The
backstab.
volley in response here from Foot is looking insurmountable.
गया.
Sociable right where he needs to be, intercepts Yampi on that reclear into B, and Foot convert the bonus.
Just winning a big fight in Garage there makes Durka's angle so much more difficult to lock down. It means that Sociable already able to be pushed up, gets the kill. And then he's able to push further through. What a round there for the IGL. And even though I think there's some awareness that C is going to be where Foot wants to go in the minds of Vitality, they're not able to do much about it. Do have Durka's ult here. But the blades can be positioned off the angle, and Sop can't find his own.
It's a quick shot, try to see if he can catch anybody going for that instant. Damage will be avoided, so Vitality for now, still healthy.
Hanging on to a lot of the utility here early. Our Vitality looking for more of a reactive play, but trying to obscure their presence a little bit over at A.
Looks like Foot was maybe anticipating that Vitality would just play this the same way as they did the eco, or rather their eco round. Just try to walk at them, but they're hanging back, wanting to try to set the trap, but at the moment it looks like Foot not really going to be falling into this one. Scale forward into mid, just that singular trip set up.
Yeah, timing there for Chronicle. Just no further contact at long A, so needs to put this up to give them a little bit of a heads up. They're going to have it.
Saturate to the corner. Chronicle relaying all of this noise over to the rest of his teammates to try to see if they can find some impact. A Thrifty here would be a massive swing round for them. Stop again with a quick check-in, but will reposition. Everything pretty much being noted and dealt with here by Foot. All angles covered, just the smoke to really try to worry about. Paranoia will be invested. Stops him from going for the defuse. Couple shots here from Profek, able to get some damage. Meanwhile, it's going to be pressure applied to Sop, but he's just drifting slowly in with that shorty. Sayonara will be able to sit him down, but follow up, okay, does have to find a kill. Ball up into the window, but it's going to be Cristalli on the off angle to clean it up and rescue this round. Started looking very shaky, but Foot still do manage to maintain perfection.
Yeah, these post plants still really well dialed up by Foot, controlling that garage space so effectively, not allowing for the breakout. And it's Sop who's going to give his life for the cause to really make sure that they can't explode out there and take the space in front of window that easily. Cristalli having one hell of a map. 6-1 so far, him and Sociable doing a ton of damage for Foot. Sayonara is gonna have to run it back. Sop gonna opt for the stinger behind his Blade Storm.
Deacon and Durka able to find the opening shot. Sop gonna be taken down, but here's that waylay entry as Zeus is able to deny Sayonara any value off the ultimate. Just snaps him back. Still alive, and in this fight, the cage gonna be dropping, and Chronicle ready for that. Cleans up one, Sociable gonna be taken down, but Zeus there, that second layer, and Sayonara peeks out a window. The spike now remaining on the floor, and Yeta J in a 1v4. Seeing that first player, but Sayonara crouches down, denies the headshot, gets a 3K, and Vitality get on the board.
Yeah, and this time, the Phoenix ult so instrumental here to deny that easy B plant for Foot, force them into the trap setup you have over in Garage. A great early pick find for Durka. Chronicle realizing that he's probably doomed in that position with the drone getting deep, so he just has to go for the kills. Nicely played, and Sayonara gonna be halfway to another run it back already off that 3K. Very nicely thought out. Back to this operator in towards mid.
Now it's an injection of cash as well for Vitality, who will be able to keep this operator online for a little bit longer, should they lose it. Molly and some spam exchange in Garage. Foot just gonna look to go the other way.
Now they're gonna have a little bit of an opportunity. How much can Yampi thwart them here? The real question, not at all.
Sociable continuing to thrive. Just dead on the jiggle peak. Yampi unable to get away from that. Now Profek try to slow things down. Zeus, however, is just completely disrespecting that. He dives in, he finds Durka. Quick reposition down to Sewers, but Yeta J says hello. Catches Profek completely off guard.
Planted.
And that is full control for Foot.
Still have a Phoenix, still have some flashes.
Throw over the top at Sayonara, swooping out, won't be able to spot anything at all. You have to suspect that this is just going to be a save. Sayonara has money, yes, but Chronicle does not, so they will backpedal away. Look to retain these weapons, and Foot will stop them from being able to double up.
Yeah, this is the beauty of this double dive comp. You can disrespect that paranoia. You can rely a bit on your teammates to back you up, or just in this case, Zeus, who was phenomenal against Full Send on the waylay. Just able to get in there and clear space, clear sight. And only suffering one casualty here, just Sop is Foot. That's exactly what you needed to bounce back from a rough round previously. Like you mentioned, at least for Vitality, you've got some economy still. Get back into things. Great find there for Sociable. That's just massive for Zeus. And poor Profek trying to just get out and whoops, hello.
Just a bit unfortunate there for him. But it's going to be a timeout call for Vitality. Now, one of the things that Minnie was talking about on the analyst desk going into this map was that this defender side has not looked good for this team. Durka individually has been, some very solid rounds, but 4 out of his 6 kills all did come from that pistol.
Yeah, and with the Coinbase win condition, you're probably talking about how you can maybe be a little bit more aggressive on the map here. Make sure that your positioning's a little bit more disciplined for Vitality. I probably want to talk to Yampi a little bit there about some of those angles, some of those things that he's wanting to be holding over at Long A, and just how they can, maybe stall out a little bit more this double dive comp. Of course, it's going to be difficult, but you should, in theory, have some tools available to make this a little bit more challenging at times for Foot. But Foot's done a really nice job of working the map, finding their opportunities, finding their space, and getting into solid post-plant positions that are very difficult for Vitality to break. And I think a lot of this is just for Foot, making sure you don't run into that operator early. Don't give Durka any easy freebies, because that's been the only real kind of thing that set you off balance, that's changed the destiny of this map for you so far.
Well, they're going to look to just deal with it their own way, which is with an operator in the hands of Sop. Let's have him maybe go in for the challenge. Now, not going to be playing on the same angles as Durka. Boosted up on top of the box in the updraft. Just going to be staring down towards C long, but for the moment, looks like Foot don't want to pay any attention towards that side of the map.
That recon there, able to be dodged by Yampi.
It's a shallow one.
It is. And we're checking for that close-up angle. J able to get that cam deep, though. Still, reinforcements arrived. At the beginning of the round, Sayonara was playing pretty far back, looking for that early contact to see maybe where Foot would be thinking. Trying to make a reactive rotate off of that. So, playing a little bit of bend, but don't break. Don't give this sewers angle up.
J scaling forward. If he continues from here, though, will be absolutely screwed. It looks like Yampi going to try to clear this out. The cam, however, in the reveal, and J has the double spray down. Meanwhile, the entry attempt, Zeus will be taken down, but Sayonara pushing forward. The paranoia not going to be mattering. The Sapa swoop in. Will spare their blushes a bit and get them back into a player advantage. Chronicle frantically trying to spam any elimination that he can get that brings us back to parity. Nothing is found.
Give me a corpse.
Cages out. It does have the neural link. He's just looking for anything that he could possibly get. Swoops forward and will not be able to hold his own. Cristalli takes him down, and Durka now to try to exit with his op in hand, but Sop fast on his heels, and he will have the shot. Foot not allowing for that timeout to work. They take another one. Now they're up by 5.
This is just a great reactive play. J again stepping up to bat. He has just enough time after the cam comes through, and they're not ready for him to be tucked into that angle so close. And we're looking for a timing or Vitality to catch him off guard, and they almost had it. They were just a step behind. They didn't read that close corner. Sayonara doing what he could on site with the Phoenix, but just not quite enough. So now the economy going to be wonky for Vitality. A Guardian. Durka is going to have the rifle available. He had quite a bit of cash still in the bank. A lot of ults here for Vitality, but Foot one away now from a convergent path.
You just don't have much comfort to really try to commit these in.
No.
Cam's still going to be situated on C, so as the scale forward does continue, we'll get the spot out. Meanwhile, though, Zeus planting his feet at Platin. It's going to be Sayonara dead. Come to be collected off his corpse. The Guardian still going to be in hand. Meanwhile, Durka, deep walk all the way through towards that attacker's spawn. They have these trips set up to try to watch for it, and if he pushes in the mid, the cam is there as well for J.
He's spotted.
Clear of that. Zeus trained in on the garage angle. Cristalli more than prepared for this flank, but Yampi just right-clicking in. He takes out Sociable. Zeus has been tagged down to 5. Cristalli, however, wins the fight on the flank. Stop now. Looking for another. Drops down, is eventually able to find the headshot. And it feels like Vitality just cannot catch a break.
And I think they're just a little bit lacking in the coordination on this retake, especially with Sayonara just stepping out a little bit too far ahead. Chronicle will send himself into the abyss, but losing that pivotal player early, having that Phoenix is so integral to this comp to making retakes go. And he's just standing out there, not ready for Zeus to be able to get so deep on that waylay. So this double dive still giving Vitality grief. And just Guardian, yeah.
You didn't have to do that to him.
That's rough.
Rough around the edges of 1-7-1 is Prophet. I mentioned in the previous 4 ultimates ready to go. But if you commit these and you're still unable to come away with a round win, that's when things are gonna feel just desperate for Vitality.
Oh, for sure.
Sop is feeling fearless. Quick scale forward.
Here.
Probably aware that there might be a trip in front of him, so waiting for their opportunity, but that's giving Vitality their own opportunity to get in here, get some info.
Trying to get those players into position. Meanwhile, Durka still going to be dialed in, watching that A lobby angle. And as Foot start to re-wrap, this could be them dead, but it looks like, yep, they're more than aware of this one. Hunter's Fury now going to be Centrist, trying to get a catch on Cristalli. Already tagged him once, needs that second. Meanwhile, Stop pushing forward, is able to find a kill, but will get traded out by Yampi. Watching the exit off the refracted has the reveal. Zeus just rescaling a bit too fast, but Cristali hits a belter of a shot. Places Chronicle, but Yampi still wanting to win this round, to bring this back, gets them into a 2v3. His foot not gonna be as favored, but Cristali's just hitting shots all day long.
Durka got over the tripwire.
It's Yeta J facing forward, and now Durka's angle matters a hell of a lot less, especially when he's been noted by the camera. He knows that he needs to save the op, and that this round is going to be too far gone. Has to just let it tick away and explode. His foot are going to move up 8-1.
Yeah, this is real trouble for Vitality now. Trying to get away is Durka. He's gonna have the time, it looks like it. Not gonna be able to push there just in time, I don't think, yeah. Still, I mean, this is probably one of the better shouts that Vitality's had into a round in terms of they were in a decent position. Like, they read this really well, but you're still getting outdone. The coordination here just so good, and Cristali is on it. He is just so ready for Profit there.
He's just right there alongside Sop. They both have 10 kills. He's back up on his feet. Hunter's Fury be damned. He got his.
Together, please.
Yeah, we still have the camera. He's not coming. He won't come.
You are on camera.
Yeah. And that is a second timeout call now from Vitality. Was wondering if they were going to feel pressured enough, desperate enough to have to commit this. And they do. The operator carried over, but the cash otherwise, it's all over the place for them. So as far as trying to eke out a Coinbase win condition for the team, it's really difficult to say, and it feels like it just comes down to Durka and Sayonara finding early advantages, finding picks, and then not letting the round spiral from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you know, Profit's trying to get creative on the map with the Omen, and he has had just zero success. It feels like he's always seemingly being caught off guard or caught in a position where he isn't ready for a follow-up player to be there. It's a bit of a struggle here. Chronicle not able to find much value on the Cypher. So had to talk about some of those ults, I'm sure. I mean, Vitality's been chewing through an ult cycle for these last couple rounds as well, which is just making matters worse. It seems to be just further making it feel like Foot is going to roll this half. But you never know. Change could come through.
Drop down from Durka, the drone is there. Clears that back, pedals away. Meanwhile, Sayonara pushing forward, is able to catch Yeta J there in mid-window. Refill of space, Sayonara going to be good for another before the ult even expires, and now the neural theft can be committed, but Stop is still able to find Durka at the same time. 3 players left alive with the spray down. Profit's coming away with 1. He gets himself a second, and Stop now. Last one standing. Hasn't seen Yampi. Unaware of where he's at, but wants to just try to play away from Profek, and it looks like Sop is just going to go falling right into this trap. The blade's going to be pushed away. The shot's out, and Yampi will be able to collect it, and that is a massive round win to be found for Vitality. The question becoming, can they get another?
This one gets real scrappy real fast, but it's Sayonara's turn to step up to the plate. Absolutely knocking this out of the park. Gets that first big kill at window. That allows him to refill that space over at Garage, create that crossfire with Durka on the back of the site. Really, really nicely done by him. An individual effort that makes a big difference. Yampi still jawing with Sop over there.
Well, the banter will continue, but this does give Durka an operator once again to try to continue to find value. Sop, however, just going to be hitting back onto a Vandal, and not for very long. Let me finds that kill. Sayonara plays forward, so they can't get the catch off the Saturate. Strange Cristali going to be able to find 1. But again, it's looking like a very solid round here for Vitality. He advantages established. Meanwhile, Sociable is in deep on this A site. Completely boxed in, and yes, he finds 2! Sayonara and Yampi just lining up for him. Now Durka trying to get onto this flank angle with the operator, but suddenly this round is completely back in control of Foot.
What an effort from Yeta J.
Spot out. Guardian shots having to be respected. Durka swapping the weapon over at A. Long will have made noise, so they're perfectly aware of this flank coming through. Tailwind burn, Yeta J facing forward, taking the fight and winning it. Chronicles shut down, and now it is just Durka in a 1v3. As they drift away, they reflank. That is a snappy shot. But Sociable up into heaven will send Durka to hell. 9-2, Foot maintaining dominance here on Haven.
This is such a nice start for Vitality. You think they've got this round in the bag. They're creating so much pressure here at Long A. Oh my God, the timing there. Unbelievable. That is, yeah. That one I feel for Vitality on. I think they did a lot of great things in that round. They're trying to double swing there together. It's just one of those moments. A heartbreaker. Stingers for Chronicle and Durka. Rifles otherwise. Okay.
We'll find that early value. Vitality a chance to make this a 3-9 half. Give them a decent shout. Every attempt from Durka going to be shut down, and Zeus now finding two of his own. And it's just from bad to worse for Vitality with every twist and turn. Cristalli, however, going to be noted taken down. Sign-On able to put that spike on the floor and get it back into a 2v2.
That's huge. That buys a lot of time here, and Zeus is already really weak. So you've given yourself a shout now as Vitality. And he's just going to go and wrap around his back. Oh my God.
Chronicle
he didn't see it.
Seen this. There is no knowledge of this. He's been spotted. He's been outdone. Zeus, however, similarly could end up suffering the same fate, but he actually gets a sense of this. He backpedals away. Chronicle now spotted. Spike, however, still there on the floor. This not in play. Sociable. He's going to look to rescale through sewers. Would need to make a go of this sooner rather than later.
And no ult here for Sociable to try to scoop
30
up
seconds
the
left.
spike and go somewhere else. It's just going to have to be them coordinating. They're trying to set up this angle.
A bit of a 3-2-1 swing. As the approach out from sewers comes through. Smoke down. There it is. He's able to find the first, but Foot, they play it patient. They play it wise. And they get themselves a 10-2 scoreline at the half.
Yeah, just incredible again. Our Foot on their map pick. We've seen it before from them, where they do a great job coming back from a rough map 1 and forcing the map 3, and it looks to be that they're well situated to do that again.
Yeah, looking gorgeous, looking favored to take this into a map 3. We'll see if Vitality can somehow rally back after the halftime break.
सॉप बहुत डेंजर पाशा है
इवन तो डन है ब्रो
भाई जिस दिन फुट के सॉप नहीं चलेगा ना तब फुट डह जाएगी मुझे लगता है
नहीं
हाँ जूस भी डेंजर मारता है बराबर है क्रॉनिकल तो बेस्ट प्लेयर था भाई तो क्रॉनिकल पिछला मैप खेला भाई मजबूत उसके वजह से ही तो पिछला मैप जीते सब फुट को अंडरपैंड कर रहे थे नहीं मैं तो नहीं कर रहा था भाई 13-10 होगा भाइयों क्या बात कर रहा कम बैक स्ट्रॉन्ग बिलीवर एस्केप द सिस्टम द गेम लास्ट टाइम लवर्स रॉक था पाशा एमर इस बार सोप हेवन बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग है फुट का ओह बोले ये वन साइडेड जीत ही रहे फुट नो कम बैक
Side, they need a miracle if they want to make this a 2-0 affair.
And they need this pistol. It just has to be theirs. There's no other way to kind of cut that. So let's see if they can finally get one. They haven't been able to find one yet. And meanwhile, it's all smiles there. Lad has to be feeling great. The game plan, the execution, very, very solid. Some nice plays individually to swing some rounds back into their favor when Vitality was able to find some advantages. So Foot looking to make this a similar kind of start to the series where they lose a close map 1, win a close map 2, as it was in the upper finals, and trying to change their destiny in that final map and that final fracture. Let's see if they can get there, or if Vitality can make a miracle happen. That is the big question. Couple ghosts, Bandit for Yampi. Prophet just a classic there.
They're not going to be going for that sheriff where he was able to find significant impact, but It's just going to be a very swift 4-player push down through sewers.
Similar kind of setup here, though. The Cypher.
Camera and Yedija, yeah, he's got to get out of dodge.
Yeah.
Doesn't want us up for the same fate as Chronicle did in the previous pistol. As Prophet going to be tagged down low, sends out that paranoia, just trying to stave them off. But the spike just now is planted, so there's still plenty of time for Foot to try to get into position. Deep flank. Going to be going through from Chronicle, wrapping currently through that C site. And this could be a big backstab if his teammates can hold the line. And so far, they're doing just that. Prophet playing for the right clicks. Going to be rewarded with kills. And Chronicle's participation not required. Vitality find the critical pistol win.
Okay, it's the start of something for sure. See if they can keep it going. That's nice there that you don't have to reveal that Chronicle was on that aggressive early flank. Oh, Yampi. What a turn. Everybody just setting up those crossfires, holding the line. Nicely done at the point of attack by Prophet this time.
We do it! Nicely take Bambino!
That is incredible. Oh, I love Yampi.
Oh,
what a character.
That's so good. Because remember yesterday, Bambino said it.
Well. Sociable dead off the rip. Prophet anticipating this aggression will be good for a second. Wow. Storm forward. Yampi just swooping in. We'll get the shutdown onto Zeus. Meanwhile, Cristali is completely contained by this tripwire. Clears that out, though. Trying to keep some attention tied on his side of things rather than on Yedija's, but he's going to get the swoop around in the corner. Still being watched for, but hits the top, gets himself a second kill. Clean shots with that classic. Cristali out. Rotating it around the back, just going to be hunting for a gun, anything that he can get to try to get this round back under wraps.
Here.
Vitality should be able to convert this and get up to 4, but the damage suffered is already significant.
That was outrageous from Yedija. Again, another crazy double kill for him. Just bananas. Now you're going to have a Guardian. You've got a real shout here as Cristali.
12, 6, and 4, both players. Playing deep angles. Tripwire unbroken.
Revealing area.
Quick send of the recon, check towards backside. No attention being paid to Long, though. He's expecting somebody to be planted in deep behind that trip. No one to be found, so Vitality will be able to clean it up. 2 players surviving, but it's still such significant damage found for Foot.
Yeah, it looked pretty good early, but there's 2 players flanking here on this backside, so even though Durka aware of it, he's shut down so quickly. Yeah, Yedija.
Can't be upset about that.
No, you've got to feel great about how that round went.
Still going to be a lot of firepower, though. Going into this, Vitality, getting rifles in everyone's hands. Half armors abound, though.
I mean, they
no outlaw to be seen.
They know how important this bonus is. Cristali, a deep smoke early. He doesn't want to stick around, doesn't want to try to take the fight. So the protocol's here for Foot. Not as aggressive as we saw with Vitality, where they would maybe overstay their welcome a few times.
It's just like maybe a potential misread here, though, for Foot. You know that you did so much damage, so you should be able to find value in that outlaw, but it's going to be sociable finding too. There at the garage doors. Some shots up from Sayonara. The cage had to be popped just to recover this spike.
Cage triggered.
Chronicle will frantically try to join in alongside his Phoenix. Foot, they're already rotating around, getting themselves into position to swiftly shut this down.
It's a tough spot to be in here for Sayonara. He has no idea how close they could be.
Chronicle going for the plant, not going to be giving this over to Sayonara. Wanting him to be the one playing cover.
Remaining.
Chronicle now dead, and Sayonara having to do it all. He gets plenty of damage in, but cannot confirm the kill. No bonus conversion to be allowed. They do it damn cleanly. Foot now going to be moving up 11-4.
I mean, these up close and personal battles, so impressive for the Foot players once again. This time it's Sociable, who somehow finds 2. Oh, the second one. Yampi through the door.
Walking on water here on this map.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. They're well situated, and now that buy-up not going to be there for Yampi because they invested a little bit extra into that bonus to try to get it to go. Still, though, as the Sova, you're probably playing behind those duelists a little bit, so If one of them falls, you can maybe scoop up the gun. And
Given the way things have been going, yeah, you can do that because they've been getting picked apart.
Yeah.
Saturate gonna be lost board. Sop is just storming his way into a lobby. Jump over the top of the box, and Sop is still gonna be able to find one. Can he make his exit? Updrafts around the corner, tagged down to 10 HP. Meanwhile, Cristalli coming away with 2. Paranoia out in the face for Cristalli, gonna be caught. And suddenly back into a 2v2. The flank getting ready to come in. Sociable just having to give up the space. Positions into the corner. He's going to face forward, and he's going to be able to find the shot. Propek dead. Another quick reposition back towards that sewer side. Now, Yampi is boxed in.
You can just play patient his foot.
There's nowhere to go but forward.
I mean, if he tries to make a move, he should be starting to get a sense that Yedijay could have pushed up.
Still just concerned about that sewer angle. I mean, from here, if you can find the first, it will allow you to pivot, but Yedijay bring her around the corner, and Yampi just cannot align it fast enough. Yedijay claims him. His foot now moves up 12-4. Map point is there. Fracture on the horizon.
Yeah, Foot's got a great read off the rip of how this round is going to go.
He's also bold as all hell.
Oh, that's exactly where I was going next. I'm like, Sop, just absolutely zero fear in this. When you're up 11-4, you know you can just send it a few times to test your opponents. And Minnie was talking about this on the desk, that maybe that Vitality has a tough time when it's up close and personal, when they get in their face like that, and Sop knows it, and he takes advantage of it.
It looks like he's playing Phoenix with a run it back. Phoenix with a run it back. Phoenix with a run it back. Phoenix. And 3 half armors to try to capitalize on. Quick little backpedal, and Zeus at the same time scaling up into mid window. Gets himself very quickly situated. His run it back is going to be committed. Sprint straight up through long onto the side itself. Zeus clears that out. Sonar going to be snapped back. Zeus plants his fade, and he's able to find Yampi. Sop gets himself a second. Prophet dead. Approaching on the back, and this time Chronicle will be able to win out that fight. Immediately investing the ultimate as Sop tries to drop down out of heaven. And Durka, he gets a nice little how do you do to Cristalli. Drafts into the window, finds that kill, and it looks like Yedijay not going to be trying to play this one out. At least faking that he's going for the save. Now we'll try to rescale back up. For the first one, he's got a contend with, and he just dispatches him so swiftly.
Get out of my way!
A 1v1, the blades popped. Durka to try to keep them alive in this map. He's getting poked and prodded and sprayed down to death. The defuse is there, and it's dominance on display. Foot will take us the distance. 13-4. We're going to Fracture.
That was incredible work from them, top to bottom, at attacker's side. So dominant. And then a few rounds here where they're able to work a little bit of magic, get a few bounces their way, and claim a pretty clean defender side.
Fracture will decide it all to see who is going to be getting a 2-0 record to start off Masters London. Foot looking clean. Can Vitality rally back? We will find out after the break.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
उठा ली शार्क टैंक में जाके। ये मैंने हेडफोन्स का एड ऑनलाइन देखा था और भाई ये 17,000 रुपए के हेडफोन है। मैंने कहा ऐसा क्या है इसके अंदर, और इसके डब्बे पे लिखा है कह रहे भैया ईयरगैस्मिक एक्सपीरियंस। मैंने कहा मैं भी तो देखूं कौन कौन सा गैस्म हो रहा है कानों के अंदर। तो डब्बा खोलते हैं और देखते हैं कितना वैल्यू फॉर मनी है और क्या ये कंपीट करता है विद बिग ब्रांड्स लाइक बोस, सोनी, सेनाइजर वगैरह, या बस नाम का ही है मेड इन इंडिया। भाई फर्स्ट लुक में बड़ा मिक्स्ड सा ओपिनियन है मेरा, बिकॉज जितना प्राइस है इसका उस हिसाब से थोड़ी बिल्ड क्वालिटी में बेटर एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था। ऐसा नहीं है बिल्कुल ही खत्म है, बट पता नहीं वो बात सी नहीं आई। एनीवेज पेयर कर लिया अपने अपने फोन से, हम जरा ईयरगैस्म लेके देखें कैसा है। भाई बकायदा बेस है भाई इसके अंदर, भाई हिट रहा है यहाँ पे। टीम का रिएक्शन भी लेते हैं, आइए देखते हैं। हाँ जी क्या चल रहा है? ये देखो हेडफोन मंगाया था हमने, बेस तो बढ़िया है भाई। देखिए हेडफोन का हम रिएक्शन ले रहे हैं सबसे। अच्छा दिस इज जस्ट 17,000 रुपीज ओनली। हेडफोन लगाओ, आपको गाना सुनवाते हैं। यारी करण औजला है पाजी, करण औजला के फैन है ये। आप देखो इनकी टेबल पे करण औजला का फिगर रखा है भाई 3D प्रिंटेड।
भाई कान पूरे हिल रहे हैं, इतनी बेस है। हाँ
एयर कैसा हो गया, पूरा आंख बंद नहीं हुई तेरी। बॉय हमारी टीम में और कोई है जिसको साउंड का शौक हो? क्या ढूंढ रहे भाई साहब?
लैपटॉप हो गया यार,
अभी तक लैपटॉप नहीं मिला। सर आपको साउंड का शौक है?
हाँ जी
कितना?
काफी।
अब लगाओ ये, मुझे ये जानना है 17,000 रुपए के वर्थ है नहीं है, टीम से पूछ रहे हैं हम। लो सर गाना अपनी मर्जी से सुन लो आप।
बढ़िया है यार।
कैसा लगा?
बहुत बढ़िया।
ईयर कैसा हुआ?
हाँ
भाई फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन तो बहुत एक्साइटिंग लगे। अब इसको थोड़ा और टेस्ट करते हैं, लंबे टाइम में थोड़ा और कुछ पता लग पाएगा एंड देखते हैं 17,000 रुपए जस्टिफाइड है या नहीं है। तो भाई हो गया एक्सपीरियंस इसका एंड 17,000 रुपीज का ये हेडफोन है और एक्सपीरियंस बहुत डिफरेंट है, बहुत मिक्स्ड फीलिंग्स है, सारा कुछ बताता। भाई एक इंडियन ब्रांड जिन्होंने एक ही प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च कर।
Yeah, the energy has been electric. I mean, I had them in my predictions. Obviously, I love both EMEA teams, letting the bias run through here. But I'm really happy for Foot, because if I said to you at the very start of this event, coming into it, that Foot could have the potential to be one of the flawless teams going into playoffs, I think you would have looked at me as if I was a crazy person.
Yeah, definitely underrated team for sure. Like
I thought you said yes, being a crazy person, but absolutely yeah, underrated.
Yeah, no, you are crazy, Billy. Yeah,
Thanks for
just
that, Minnie.
crazy.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I feel less like a fraud as well, because I said that I thought this series was going to go to 3 maps. We're going to get a banger on Fracture, and I also said that Vitality on their defense, they weren't so good before, and it was once again not very good this time around. And here we're going to see some beautiful XX from Foot. Honestly, just doing their usual stuff, grouping up together, going into sites and making it very awkward for Vitality. The sync on Vitality's defense didn't seem there at all. You see some of these setups here, it just doesn't seem to be working at all. All Foot had to do was do their normal kind of stuff, normal kind of playstyle, and they just overran Vitality every single round, every single time. Even if Vitality had stacks and had reads, it did not matter. Zeus was dashing in, Sop was making space, the trades were there, and the kills were there.
Foot are this type of team though, right? If you let them punch you in the face, they will keep punching and punching and punching. And Vitality, we had worried about the team cohesion when I think back to their group stage performance. And as you kind of hinted at there, Minnie, I think there was moments where that was missing for Vitality to be able to punish this or even stop any sort of aggression coming in from Foot.
Yeah. The rounds were really snowballing. They had 7 rounds before Vitality could find any breath of air.
Yeah, I did actually like some of what Vitality were bringing early. Some pushes out, I asked for more aggression, but it was just they couldn't hold sites at all. It was very strange that the synergy was just completely off. And going into Fracture, a map that requires you to have a very strong defense, a very strange way of playing where you're pushing out quite a lot, that's not a great sign for Vitality.
Now there's a player that we haven't spoken about a lot. It's Crystalli. What are your thoughts on his performance today? I mean, he's been pretty integral.
Not just today, but throughout this event so far, he's really, really impressed me. I think as well, we have to consider his role here, right? Being that initiator, being that person that's constantly having to set Zeus and Zop up for them to go on and fry. And I think, honestly, for him to come through and have the individual performance that he's having at this global event, he's not ever really just picking up 1 kill. There's 2 here and there, maybe even 3. And I'm really impressed with him so far, Minnie.
Yeah, I think in EMEA, he's one of those players that gets like he's a little bit just like to the side. Like we've got players like Sop on this team, we've got players like Zeus popping off now, Yetoje, and so he's just off to the side a little bit. I'm hoping that this, like having Foot firing from head to toe all the way through their roster like this is scary right now. If Cross D is also deciding to turn up, this is dangerous for Vitality.
I think it's good for them too, right? Because as you were mentioning, they don't have to just rely on one individual. Like, we're not looking at Foot and going, oh, but they're like one person carrying the team. No, you can see every single player pop up when it matters most.
Definitely, and we did see them play yesterday on Fracture, and they dominated against Full Sense, against Sop on that jet. I know it's not just the Sop show, but it's really hard to resist highlighting him on this map. Whereas on the other side, Vitality, as far as I understand, over in EMEA was their permaban. Yeah, they'd be banning it every time they could, and when they couldn't, it was just because they knew the other team wouldn't pick it against them. So interesting to see, like, Theorycraft maybe what they might be playing today. I think for my money, they're going to probably go for a double duelist approach, maybe Raze and Phoenix, maybe running it out with a Cypher, maybe quite a standard approach in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the Raze and Phoenix almost feels like a given, right? We're probably expecting to see Sayonara jump onto that Phoenix. We're expecting Darka to be on the Raze, and I really want to see them warm up to this, right? They're one map away from being able to make it to that playoff spot, and it's just this moment now where it gets to crunch time. That's right, and they are, we talk about Vitality being the super team right now, but to be at this very point against Foot on map 3 of Fracture, it's hard, you know, to be as confident in my prediction for Vitality today, Minnie.
Yeah, of course, but they have been probably working on this in the background. They're going to come out with some new ideas. This is the perfect opportunity to surprise Foot with something new, even if it is a standard approach. Let's see some of that new micro, some of these new lineups, some of this new gimmicky stuff. Like, you can gamble a lot more when there's no tape on you, and Foot do not have that advantage. They played it before. Vitality would have been staying up overnight watching that tape, and hopefully coming in today with both a new game plan and some new playbook.
And a reminder of how successful Foot were yesterday. Taking control of those extremities, Sop being on the sniper was absolutely a highlight, and it looks as though we are going to see that Phoenix and Raze, as you kind of hinted at, Minnie, from this Vitality squad. I think Yampy on the Fade here is a really great pairing. It looks as though it's more of a standard kind of composition for Fracture.
Yeah, pretty standard. The thing that we're going to look for Vitality is how much are they going to farm these orbs to Sayonara. I want to see every anti-eco, every eco. I want to see them running around that map, trying to get him as many ults as possible. 3 is the minimum for me. 4 is the maximum that he could probably get. On the Foot side, yeah, same composition as yesterday, starting on that defense. I loved how aggressive they were, how they were pushing out. I said that there's no team in the Swiss stage that I've been impressed by with their fractures regionally. I think that Foot are starting to understand it. It's not about holding sites, it's about pressing up forward, it's about pushing out, and Vitality are going to have to be very careful about that today.
And on this defensive side, watch out for Yetoje sitting in tower on that B site with his little rat plays that he does over back in EMEA. I'm really excited to see how that transitions, especially considering you're going to have a Raze diving into site for you. You're going to have a Phoenix flashing their way in as well. Yeah, I mean, the fact that we have one map away now for one of these EMEA teams to be able to lock in playoffs, I never would have thought that Foot would have found themselves in this position.
Well, this is really exciting. We are about to find out who our first playoffs team is going to be. Foot or Vitality London, are you ready for this map 3? Casters, Achilles, Paper Thin, please take it away.
Oh, come on, London, you can do better than that. London, are you ready for map 3? That's what I'm talking about. Playoffs on the line, one final map to settle it between Foot and Vitality. As Minnie was talking about, Foot showing this, looking dominant on it, but Vitality do have that potential advantage of being able to study it, see their tendencies, and then pick them apart.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I fully agree with Minnie here that what was so impressive was how active on the map Foot is on this defender side, and already looking to get a little bit aggressive over towards Dish. Now, nobody here for Vitality. They're taking it slow. They're looking for their opportunities over on the cross corner.
Chronicle just going to be watching for this, spots out the 2 players. Meanwhile, Yetoje, couple shots flying his way. Pops that cage, trying to dissuade them from scaling forward. It does have that frenzy, but now has to backpedal over towards tower. But Sociable on the peak out, a frenzy of his own. He's able to find the kill. Chronicle is going to be struck down. Big hot reveal, but just can't quite capitalize there for Crystalli. But some damage is found on top of that elimination. Now Sayonara completely outdueled. Falls to the wayside as the spike gets planted. Still 5 players strong, but Yettage will end up getting put 6 feet under. Zeus able to find one. Sociable getting a third. Durka now having a backstab, makes his presence known. And it needs to be clean and taps, but they will overwhelm him. And Sociable gets the 4K to continue to rack up these pistol wins for Foot.
And the comm's so good here for Foot, getting that early identification of Chronicle's position, and Sociable so aware, so ready for it, putting that frenzy to incredible use. Nice one tap there, and the rest of the way through, it is the IGL fragging out, getting on his feet for Foot, and finding yet another pistol win. And they continue to look so well prepared on this defender side of Fracture.
And when you're not the one playing the Phoenix, getting all of those ult charges over to the Brimstone is going to be pretty much best case scenario for you. That are the showstoppers where you want them to go. But look at this force by Vitality trying to catch Foot off guard. 3 Stingers, a Marshal, and a Sheriff, as well as those full armors, because they're anticipating this Outlaw to be in the hands of Sop.
Yeah, it's a similar idea. They've been looking for some of these advantages.
Oh. Here. There's the one shot. The Marshal not necessarily going to tell you that everybody else does have weaponry. They will soon find out as Durka has to clear that Prowler, so Stingers are heard. Foot in the potential bad news. Can they stem this tide? Yettage, he says yes. He finds one blind through that smoke.
A kill trip.
Going forward, Crystalli barely able to hold on to his life, but cleans up Profit, takes him out of tower. Sop is able to find 2 with the 1-2 punch, but Yampi again, that Stinger singing for him. Couple eliminations found, and a Bulldog upgraded, but the spike is a world away as he looks to reposition.
He's going to have a lot of time still to work with, though, so...
Reposition, I think he's probably just going to try to save this, given the investment. We'll look for a little bit more damage, but this is going to be a difficult task, even for a player of his caliber, and Sop will have him outdone. 3K for the Jet, a 2-0 start for Foot, and Vitality have broken their bank.
Good early awareness here from Vitality, recognizing Yettage's tendencies, but he repositions right back off of that trip clear into a spot where he can get a freebie through the smokes. Oh, Sop.
That's just gorgeous.
He is so comfy on the Jet. You know, such a good Neon player, and his Jet is remarkable. His fearlessness, his aggression. He loves to get in your face. He loves to get up and over, and he's a great sniper. He's doing it all for Foot.
He's just looked electric. Orb going to be taken. Sociable wise to this, knows that there's going to be a second layer. Does just have to allow for that Phoenix to claim it, but here comes the Judge. Able to find one. Meanwhile, that topside crunch going to be coming in. Takes a little effort from Zeus, but eventually will have the shots aligned with that Spectre in hand, and now it's just Chronicle to try to see if he can get some damage in.
They're pinging it out. They kind of forget about it for a second there, and he does get one, but Sociable has the Bandit, has the headshot, and that's going to be Foot going up 3-0. A rough start here on the attacker side for Vitality. Again, you got to start already thinking here as Vitality about maybe an early timeout, maybe talking about how you want to handle this Cypher util, because it's gotten a couple early kills. They're able to play off of it pretty quickly.
Enough said.
That's all you needed.
Yeah.
Job done.
Here. Outlaw still going to be retained. It's only Yampi with half armor, though. See if Sop can line up some headshots. This is one away from the blades. There's a bit of a backup, and that orbital strike, of course, ready to go.
Really push up. Gonna have player there just yet. Spot mode.
Back pedal away very quickly. Clears the Prowler. Tucks back under sight, going for that reload. Meanwhile, Zeus has been spotted. Durka catching a glimpse. Quick entry up and over the top. Swings in, but Zeus has him outdone. Durka dead. He also finds Sayonara. Sociable just disrespecting that orbital strike a bit, but it ends up overstepping. Be able to find the kill, but Top on high. Takes him down, the spray and pray, finding just a smattering of damage, but nothing more. This Prowler will scout out Chronicle. Crystalli cannot win the fight. Just Yettage now, still with that Spectre to try to pull off a 1v3. Vitality looking very well slated to get themselves on the board.
Easy cleanup. Yeah, this is almost a disaster for Vitality. It felt for a moment there that it was going to be Foot going up 4-0. I mean, this is crazy work from Zeus. And then you have that ult, and Sociable even tries to get into it a little bit, but that Judge nerf, I think, hurting him a little bit there. Sayonara clean with the final, but they're able to fight their way through. Need a little bit more of that. Yeah, here comes the op.
And critically, they also get the orbital strike, obviously, out of Sociable, so that's a big win for Vitality on the board, but they need to be able to expound upon it.
Right.
Have that Nightfall available. And it's just going to be putting Zeus forward, getting him planted in behind the box here on the tree side of the map.
Yeah, they're going to try this dish angle again, but there's an extra layer to the trips this time. Yedijay looking for another time to bait him in. You just expect one there. You don't expect the second. That Nightfall's not going to hit a damn thing.
No, it is not. Durka does manage to get up and over once again. Spam out going to be exchanged, but it's going to be Sop taking down Sayonara, able to find the headshot, and that is a critical victory to be found as they continue the exec. Right now, brought back over to the side, going for that plan. Zeus dropping down, is able to find the one, but the layers are there for Vitality, keeping the trades going in their favor, maintaining these player advantages. Crystalli will go for a quick little reposition. Spike being assessed. Yumpy can now get it planted into the corner, and things do end up getting a little bit more dire, which it looks like they won't. Still do have that orbital strike, but Chronicle will just lurk his way back in through Sands, cleans up Yedijay, and suddenly Vitality are knocking on Foot's door.
Yeah, they're able to break through that kind of cheeky setup. They get the quick kill. See this, and there's just two players there, and Sop not ready for it. Prophet with a tremendous round, gonna have his ult coming into the next one. Just a great timing there from Kron at the end.
This is a nice
do have a couple big ults here though, 4 Foot on the other side. You do have the Bladestorm, you do have the Showstopper, so there's real potential to get this Thrifty to go.
Dirk is one away from a Showstopper of his own as well, so.
Get out of my way!
Plenty of firepower to deal with. It's gonna be the Blades off the rip of Sop. Again, just looking fearless, will he get rewarded for it? The answer's looking to be unlikely, but Crystalli will still be able to finish off Sayonara. Tucks back around the corner, the C's connecting, the Prowler gonna be sent through. Doesn't have much of a way to try to make a go of this one, but now the Showstopper's gonna be lobbed in at his feet. Yumpy destroyed. Like now brought to bear. Looks like a re-pivot here.
Spike planted.
As Foot realize where this is planted at. Not feeling safe enough to take the rope across, though, so this is going to be a very long re-wrap from them, and Durka is in pole position to shut them down. Second shot will find its connection. Sociable now dead. The rifle's recovered, and they quickly will be able to overwhelm him.
I know exactly.
And now it's all going to be about time buying here for Prophet. Damali already going to be sent out, however, and now the orbital strike will have to be committed, but it's not going to buy enough time. He's got to hold his own. He's got to win these fights. Finds them both. He might have just won the round. But he's waiting too long! He's absolutely biffed it! He will kill him from beyond the grave, but it's a MasterCard Thrifty! That's Crystalli just sticks in a fuse!
Oh my goodness. Seen this with these teams before where it comes down to just somebody sticking a ninja defuse. And this round, it looked like Prophet had done a miracle. Pulled a rabbit out of the hat. He didn't know. I don't know if he heard the tap. I think he missed the tap.
In the chaos, I think he just didn't know that he was sticking and thought he would have pulled off of it after he killed 2 of his teammates.
Bring them down.
There's that Showstopper for Durka now. Kind of take advantage of that. A good flash. Keeping Crystalli off of that angle.
Showstopper out, and that's somehow not going to be getting a kill. The updraft from Sop. Quick on that one, but Sociable will still fall. Push forward into the smoke. Yelp be trying to find anything here, but it's going to be Durka. Counter spring, able to find Zeus. Vitality rallying right back into this.
Here.
Double face in, he's still going to be good for a kill. Finds a full HP player as well, so Crystalli dead. Meanwhile, lurk forward from Yedijay, finding the first, but needs a hell of a lot more, and he can't get it. Counter flank in from Chronicle, and now the spot out onto Sop. Trying to work his way back through the sewer, but this is looking like a nigh impossible task as Prophet will be ready for the push and the swing. Vitality once again, one away from tying this up.
This is just absolutely wild. I mean, the confidence here, though, from Vitality, knowing they have that Showstopper so they can just bully their way forward towards the site. Sure, they don't get a kill for it, but they get A lot of space off the back of that. And then at the end, everybody coordinating well to make sure that no extra damage done. And it's going to be Foot back on another Thrifty, but this time no ults to rely on. Try to give you that extra little advantage. Going to be the outlaw for Durka. Try to nullify any aggressive plays from Foot over at Long A, but they're stacked up at B. Not seeing that same confidence and aggression that we saw against Full Sense. Starting to feel like maybe the Foot plans are coming a little bit unraveled. They are going to clear a little bit of util over there. And Vitality seems to want to take a fight. They're looking for the crunch.
Going to be playing right into the stack. Durka not going to be giving too many sightlines here as Prowler will check around the back of the box, and that does have Zeus ushered out into the open. Chronicle can easily collect the kill. See sent out will get a little bit of a delay.
Oh, what a nade.
Molly outside, Aura. Able to find Crystali. Sop now eliminated. Vitality not giving any wiggle room over to Foot. They're looking to make this a flawless as they tie it up 4-4. Yeah, Jay, last one standing. Nearly has him lined up for him. But it's only going to be the singular kill as Durka will fall, and Vitality, they find parity over Foot.
This is just great util usage from Vitality. The Prowler to clear one. They're able to just deal with players in great places. A great predictive grenade from Durka to put Sop in a really uncomfortable spot. And then they're just swarming, smothering, given that space to set up that crunch. So let's see if Foot has the counter. They've got another op, but it's a glass cannon for Sop. Not going to have any armor behind it. Crystali does have his ult. So do Kron and Sayonara. They're looking for a little bit of contact here. Let's see if they rip that Phoenix ult. Just try to brute force their way through.
Blaze wall set up. Spam looking to try to fish out this Phoenix, and he will end up getting snapped back eventually. Crystali denying that entry onto the site. Cam still being watched. The Nightfall now going to be invested, connecting onto 2. Propik is able to find the 1. Yeta J, however, can't quite find that follow-up. Sayonara will sit him down. It's an immense amount of damage, but has the Molly. Will go ahead and get himself top back up as much as he possibly can. Beach over the corner. That should be just about dead, and yep, can't quite get away from it.
I know exactly.
This end up falling. The neural step now going to be invested in Propik. Playing forward. Holds it down at Canteen, and Sop has been spotted. Vitality now get themselves into the lead.
Propik's going to be one away from another orbital there. Hoping to spare his blushes from the previous one. And he has been electric with the kills. Absolutely instrumental there. Pushing forward with Sayonara. Find that first kill and then just holding the line for the double. Incredible work. And the funny thing about this round was Foot was fully anticipating that off of that run it back after the clear of the Cypher util, that it was going to be a re-clear, a wrap to the other side. So they were already positioning pieces on the other side of the map. Instead, Vitality just quickly doubles down. Something Foot wasn't expecting, something that Vitality isn't really known for. They're known for their ability to spread the map, to kind of tool with your head a little bit, kind of play that classic EMEA style. And in this Coinbase win condition timeout, you know, Foot there just really caught off guard with how Vitality is approaching this attacker side now.
Yeah, and it's going to have to be another thrifty attempt. They want to get themselves back into this and tie it up again, but you mentioned Propik. I mean, the orbital one charge away. He is currently 14, 3, and 5. He has been tearing them apart, which is great to see after what was, I'd say, a bit of an off-kilt performance from him on Haven. We weren't seeing that fragging coming through. Felt like every time he got into an aim duel, he was just getting dibs. Now, he is the one that is being dominant.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, top to bottom, you feel like this Vitality roster, anybody can pop off at any time. So great to see him coming alive and, you know, getting that, like one of those ults you were talking about earlier, right? Either the orbital or the showstopper, getting those online.
हेलो वो आज मेरी आवाज को क्या हो गया था? अपने आप ही बंद होगी. अजीब ही बात है. वाह भाई, इतनी देर से मैं अकेला ही भूल जा रहा था.
Crossfire. Zeus is there on top of Jen. Prowler checking around the back of the box. Nothing going to be noted.
घंटे से ऐसे ही कुछ भी बोली जा रहा हूँ भाई. लोग सोच रहे हो नहीं क्या बोल रहा, अकेले बात कर रहा.
Zeus is trying to find the kill and eventually will be rewarded for it. Yet a quick little pivot away. Avoids those paint shells. Pick up that cage, but Chronicles.
घंटा हो गया भाई, मेरे को दिखा याद भी नहीं रहा. पता नहीं कैसे बदला ये. शुरू की स्ट्रीम पे तो ठीक ही चल रहा था, हाँ पता नहीं क्या हुआ। वे 3v3 3v2 मार देगा, वो मार देगा पीछे से। ओह नाइस शॉट, नाइस शॉट भाई। और तुम चैट्स पे बता दिया करो भाई कि नहीं आ रही आवाज तुम्हारी, चुप बैठ रखे हैं। नाइस शॉट भाई, नाइस शॉट। डैम
right as the orbital's blooming. Beautiful stuff from Dirk up on high. Stellar. Yeah, that one's a tough pill to swallow.
Frustrating, especially after the performance that we
they can do this, they can do this.
Hasn't been able to find that same form yet.
Okay. बच गया कुत्तड़ गया। नाइस वन, साइड खाली है, प्लांट करो आराम से, चिल करो, ऊपर है नहीं कोई। नाइस वन, नाइस वन भाई। क्रॉनिकल पीछे नीचे से आ रहा है, उसको पता है, उसको भी पता है डेरिक को कि आ रहा है कोई, मार देगा। डेरिक ने मारा नहीं, कोई नहीं। 1v4 है भाई, 1v3 मतलब मार तो 1v3 तो नहीं खेल पाएगा भाई, वो सेव करेगा। He will save.
Knows that their economy is down in the dumps. They need everything that they could possibly get, so he will just go for the save and retain this weapon. As after a 0-3 start, Vitality now find themselves with the lead.
I mean, they're so ready for this aggressive play from Foot. Look at where those blue X's are on the map. They are pushed out, and Vitality handles it with grace. Still though, I'm already looking
7-4. It is like वापस से फर्स्ट वाली गेम की तरह। 7-3 चल रहा था उस टाइम, मुश्किल कर दी थी उसके लिए, इनके लिए, के लिए, फुट के लिए।
There's a lot here to potentially turn this around, but a lot of frustration there from the Foot coaching staff.
वो सोच रहा होगा साला क्या बताया था मैंने इनको, क्या कर रहे हैं मैं है ना, क्या बताया था मैंने इनको, क्या कर रहे हैं। आई गेस मेंटालिटी एक और जीतेगी अभी, और फिर होगा कुछ नहीं। क्यों पीक देते हैं भाई, ये पता नहीं क्या प्रॉब्लम है। अपनी हेल्थ करा लेंगे लोग। अच्छा नहीं चलो 86 ही है, इतना कुछ लोग नहीं हुआ, सब चंगा है। अगर ये सोशेबल और सोप को निकालना है, सोप को तो निकल जाएगा, सोप तो बैठ रखा है पीछे अपना भाई, है ना। क्रॉनिकल बैठ रखा है, वो निकाल लेगा सोप को आराम से, इजी। नहीं 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 नहीं, बैन रुकते ही नहीं है भाई, वहाँ वाले रुक जाते हैं तो इजी हो जाता सारा जीतना। भागो भागो, घुमा लो उधर, कोई एक ही तो है, इजी है, मार लेना, पता तुम्हें कितना है। वो देख गया, नाइस, सामने सिर्फ प्लांट 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 प्लांट, चिल 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 चिल। अरे नाइस वन, नाइस वन भाई, देखा 4-8। बाप रे भाई, हीटअप हो गया, हीटअप हो गया, हीटअप हो गया। एग्रेसिव हो गया, एग्रेसिव हो रहे हैं। वो पहले चला रहा था ना बहुत, यहाँ तो ठीक है। नाइस, 1 मिनट और। अब तो लग रहा है भाई मेंटालिटी जीत जाएगी, आगे पता नहीं भाई, कुछ नहीं पता। मुझे तो मेंटालिटी लग रही है जीतती हुई ना, वो भी ना जीती तो फिर तो बस फिर तो ही है।
yeah, man, no say I'm a skeng on boss car and with me. It's my style, them man want take. It's not real, them man too fake. Don't call me power like man, don't hate man. Stab my back and smiling face. Feel some way, then you're that way. Get a little change and man try change, but them thing there can't run with me. Life from my step in the entrance, touch my kin farm, everybody in trance. See a hot gal in the distance, close that distance, let me get this.
We go now into the second half, this final map between Foot and Vitality. The pressure certainly building up for them. It was such a fantastic start to this map, but it has now eluded them.
6 in a row. 6 in a row for Vitality to close out that half. So the confidence is there. Profik is out of control right now, 17-3. Going into a defender's side, Brimstone. Got to feel like he can continue to carry the weight here for Vitality, potentially. This pistol, they've been so good for Foot this series so far. They've won the bulk of them, all but one. Is Vitality going to be able to find another in a pivotal moment? Be able to send themselves into playoffs as that first team through?
I guess जीत जाएगी बाकी पता भी नहीं है
I want to see some more
कभी नहीं भी होता
here. It looked like that was starting to falter as that half went on. Some of that great trading, some of that great coordination, that push and pull they have with those double duelists just didn't seem to be there. They were trying to make some isolated individual plays at times, and it was getting shut right down by Vitality.
Here we go, the barrier's dropping, and Yapi going to take that first contact. It's going to be good for a kill.
Nice.
But still able to trade
पर 2 ले गए भाई वो 3-4 हो गया हक दिया
5 health between these two players, and now it is down to Profik and Chronicle to try to see if they can rescue this, get themselves another pistol win, or Foot are going to get the exact start that they need to try to bring this back under their control. Fall down, and Chronicle's so wise to it. He finds a low HP Jet. Cristali needing to hold his own, but Chronicle
nice
locks on for the headshot.
अगर एक बंदा डिफ करे बाहर आएगा ब्रिम हेलो ब्रिम oh what the fuck भाई ब्रिम so cool
kills for the Brim, another pistol under their belt. Foot 3 rounds away from tying it up.
I feel like, I'm pretty sure 7 out of his 9 kills are in the pistol rounds for Sociable. That is,
I believe that is correct.
Well, I mean, those are super impactful rounds, so if you're going to find them there, that's fine. I don't see any buy-up this time from Vitality. Just
moving over to the defender's side, will just be the Bandit.
Yeah, just the Bandit, so we'll see. That's really nice for Foot, getting that orbital strike again. Fast-tracked a little bit.
अरे किलो वाला नीचे
Yeah, they're just going to feed him to Sociable. They're going to work the map a little bit more here or not.
Camera out. Clean tap from Yeta Jake. Sayonara.
वो नहीं होता तो मैं ले आता हूँ चावल
Dirk at the same time riding the rope. He's going to try to get a catch here onto this enemy Cypher. And he will be able to do so. Can just upgrade over to the Ghost. Meanwhile, Yapi trying to find a timing out of the smoke, get some damage in, but Sop quickly shuts him down as the plant now will come through. Durka just sliding back across towards that north side. Trying to just keep that doubt here in their head. Make sure they're constantly having to watch over towards that triangle, but Sociable is able to find another kill as Profik will fall. Paint Shell into the face of Cristali will have him backpedaling away. But now the jig is up. They know where these players are at. Sop eventually is able to get the hip fire to connect. Follow-up is looking clean here in the anti-eco. His Foot move up. Now just down by 2.
They're carrying over some pretty hefty firepower. They're going to have a couple rifles. They're going to give Sop a Vandal as well. Ooh, yeah, to J, man. Just love the way he plays the Cypher. So aggressive. So good off his own util.
No enemy remaining.
Sop just cooled down a little bit, but a little bit of frustration there shown. Even like, man, if he could have just got one there as Yampi, maybe that's what turns the tables in that round, but wait and see. Proactive play, a couple different sides of the map, gonna rely on Chronicle's util here. Foot at bay a little bit, but they're scaling.
With the camera, Chronicle tunnel along the Chokovich is going to be able to find him at Sop. We'll be able to trade him out. Now Sociable gets the trade out. Profik dead. The push forward through Canteen and Sayonara will have Sop outdone. Favorite in that fight is Sociable, watching around the back. Blast pack forward, Durka gonna be eating a little bit of damage now. Sociable gonna be the one that potentially can get overwhelmed. He's still able to cut himself another kill. Durka eliminated and Yampi now into a 1v2 to try to prevent this bonus conversion.
Bring them down.
Howler to try to check forward, but these players from Foot have scattered to the winds. Yet a J playing on that spawn side, back of Gen. The other in tower, the time starting to bleed out. And there's a timing found for Yeta J, swinging in, util in hand. Yampi absolutely dead. Another bonus converted. Foot suddenly are one away from tying this up.
What an entry here for Soft Chronicles, trying to get away after a labored first kill. And then Sociable starting to get it done with the rifles too now. Holding the line there, crucially on the backside for Foot. It was even numbers for a moment. Now Sociable stopping the kill charts for Foot. Absolutely incredible. Sop gonna go for the outlaw. Couple sheriffs in the mix for Vitality. Yampi hearing a lot of guns.
Just a double trip set up into all 5 players on this north side, and Sop is able to find Yampi to start things off. Players in position for Vitality to try to counteract this. Should Foot continue forwards, this still yet could get very messy. It's a slow scale forward, and Chronicle hits a belter of a shot. Zeus gonna be taken down. Tail one now popped. Cloud smoke comes in. Sop considering a check forward, but we'll just swap the guns over. Allows for a potential recovery on that outlaw as they just slowly and silently work their way back across towards B.
Yeah, you haven't seen or heard anything over here as Yeta J, so you're just gonna lasso the rest of the team over here. Bring them in. Kron will get an early warning with his cam, so Vitality can get over there pretty quick. It doesn't look like they're gonna make the move. They're gonna wait this out to make sure.
Fully smoked. Just dropping down all the smokes, not wanting to give any cheeky angles over. Chronicle
30
will be the
seconds
first to rotate, currently working his way towards Canteen. The rest of the team seeming like they're not necessarily convinced quite just yet, maybe thinking this is going to be an elaborate ruse, but now they hear that plan coming through. Couple shots through the smoke, some damage going to be suffered by Sop, but still alive and well. Some decent util, try to create some angles here to get this going. Paint Shell is going to be invested straight up onto the site. Sociable still tucked in at bench, waiting for this push to come in. Prophet does have that outlaw in hand, but the spray down will eventually come through. Sop and Yeta J able to find kills off camera at the same time, and it's going to be a big round from the Jed, and Spud tie it up 8-8.
Really sturdy stuff and great calling from Sociable to not fall for Vitality's trap. They lose the one player. This is why you have those sentinels out on the peripheries of the map to alert you to when there might be some open space somewhere else. And that's a tough one to read because it's Kron who gets the kill. It's the Cyphers. You don't know if he's on his own. You don't know if he's kind of on that A site just trying to lock it down by himself. It's a really good one. And again, a hot attacker side start for Foot.
Well, they're going to try to punish Yampi again. This time he'll lead out with a Prowler. Not look to peek into the angle. Would love to try to push them back towards that south side into the sightlines of Durka. Will just be a grab of the orb though. Playing Pac-Man and now rotating back across, wanting to once again attack into B. There's knives that will get popped.
Smoke's down. Needs to go huge here. Him and Prophet, they can buy some time.
Boomba checking around. Sociable going to be one away from having that orbital online.
Great stuff. Great orb
Obviously
funneling.
see over the top of that smoke, so knows that they're not scaling forward, but it's instead going to be this sewers push coming in. Same time, Sayonara, he has rotated into position, has that run it back available to try to shut down this take. The fire going to be cleared out. 40 seconds remaining in the round. The up and over going through from Sop, and he's going to be shut down.
Nice one.
Both duelists now going to be dead. Prophet getting a piece of the pie as Crystalli will fall. Ping reveal there onto Yeta J, but he's managed to slip the net.
2-4 chill guys, chill. Easy है.
Some further away, Durka at the same time joining in on this south side at main. Sociable's trying to fish up for this kill, open up some space.
Nice.
Over the plan, but Chronicle holds his own, gets the 3K. Now looking for the fourth. Yedajay will deny, but he cannot get this round win.
10
seconds remaining. And completely surrounded. Durka dialed in on the angle. Will get Vitality
Nice.
back into a one-round lead.
That's exactly what you want to see from Kron. He is having a phenomenal map himself. 17 kills on the board. The way he holds this down. Opts to not clear the haunt. Doesn't give a damn. Takes down both.
मेरे आते ही जीतने लग गए लकी चाम और वाह
Insane individual effort. Durka there with that steady operator at the end. And they have enough map control here that they can read this pretty well. Like you said, Sayonara gets into place early. Give a little bit of help with that run it back with the Phoenix. No, high setup there. They're going to give up some space over at Dish.
Sop is going to have to be Johnny on the spot with this one. Tuck back around the corner. Now the face forward and Sayonara will end up falling. They get 2 kills. Propik still going to be playing forward here. Clears out that haunt. Oh, he nearly had them lined up, but it's still going to be Zeus swinging in to take down the enemy Brimstone. Durka now. His work cut out for him as Chronicle frantically tries to rotate into position, but it's going to be matched as the spike gets ushered back towards B. But the read is there for Vitality. Get themselves a decent enough position. And Beacon here. Sociable. Revealed, has to tuck away, and Durka able to find Zeus on that entry. Snipes him out of the sky. The spike now going to be brought forward. Tap of the play, the showstopper going to be invested, and Chronicle has Sociable pinned in by the tripwire.
2v2
All of a sudden, this round
Winnable.
has completely been flipped on its head. Vitality once again favored. Playing this one out from a 3v5 deficit at the start.
They have enough time. They can make one more wrap here. Trying to keep their sounds obscured, and they will.
30 seconds left.
What a wild round already. Can't believe this is into a 2v2 now.
Starting to go for the sprint. Take the orb, get the plant, would have the Nightfall online, but it looks like they just want to try to get situated before any kind of rotations can quickly come in for Vitality. So Cam set up into the defender's
they're not moving भाई क्या कर रहे हैं ये दोनों
planted for foot.
क्या हेलो चलो भाई कुछ नहीं है
Did they just send the planter by themselves? Camera going to be revealed. Spots out the one, hasn't seen the other, I don't believe. Door tapped, Yedajay. Swooping forward, finds the first. They know exactly where Chronicle's at. Just need to try to not give him the angles. He's quickly storming his way towards Yedajay, but Yedajay turns back and shuts him down. 9-9. Foot again, tied things up.
This is a hot start. The duelist this time immediately dealing with that A push out. Just an overstacked angle. Kind of reminds me a bit of the pistol round where Vitality only commits a couple players there. Foot's got their full forces and they're just overwhelmed. It's, for a second there, you believe that Durka and Chronicle, 2 of the best to ever play the game, might be able to take the 2v4, but Foot makes a great late rotation and holds the line. Yedajay, big plays
ये बेचारे खड़े रहते हैं बस पूरा टाइम
the timeout. Vitality.
दिल्ली का टाइम आउट आ गया
to talk about.
Trying to scrape together what they can here in this Coinbase win condition. See, it's going to be a mixed bag. The operator, sure, there for Durka, but the things alongside it, that Stinger, that Spectre. Roughness in the purchase.
I guess मेंटालिटी को अब स्प्लिट खेलना चाहिए जब उनको पता है कि वो नहीं रह रहे एक साइड पे बार बार वो कर रहे हैं अगर पक्का ही होगा फिर साइड पे रहो और नहीं रह रहे तो मतलब वहीं पर रहो तक श्योर ना
Yeah, so that means 3 players, including Durka with the op, are going to be vulnerable to the one tap from the Outlaw. That's something you got to consider.
जीत सकते हैं पता ना ऐसे हगेडीस करेंगे ना तो हगेडी हो जाएगा फिर
So interesting for Vitality where they gave up space at Dish. Now they're going to try to fight for it again, but Foot never even explored this part of the map in the previous round.
It's going to be this high low, but Kasali has overall been
2 ले जा सकते हैं आराम से 2 आराम से बहुत आराम से 2 पर अगर ढंग से खेले तब हिले क्यों बैठे रहते हैं मगर
Yeah, that's 2 guns, so you've got to re-clear with the
अब
blue
हिलना था
line.
वैसे
Do not want to overcommit.
अब आया तो साला टैलेंट
Just get mowed down.
बूम बट
Look at how Vitality's setting up. Look how many players are right underneath drop. Oh, they don't commit. Okay.
They're pushing forward on this. At least the two of them are. Wanting to maybe just try to re-clear this position, but you don't have the prowler, so it does become a risk. For now, we'll just silently wait in that smoke.
होल्ड करेंगे अबे
But they have
बिल्कुल ही
evacuated the area.
उनको आना है ना अंदर हमें थोड़ा
That information game, that back and forth.
अब he will get no साइफर समझ आएगा कि इधर से आ रहा है उसने कैमरा अपनी जगह ऐसे लगा रखा है दिख गया
Does allow for Vitality to start believing that this is just
दिख
fully
गया
going to be a B hit.
लग गया पता उसको अरे हक दिया तब भी क्रॉनिकल भाई
Finding that kill, the orbital strike, ensuring that there's no one else in position. Meanwhile, Tripwire able to get the spot out on the two players on the approach. Sociable is going to have to be the one paying attention to that as Sayonara leaps forward into the smoke. The push in.
Nice one, guys. Away.
Maintained the player advantage. 4 foot as they look to try to take this up to double digits. He's locked in, but yet a
इसको पता नहीं है गया
none the wiser, being heard, and he will be dealt with. Camera not quite where
गए
he
गए
wanted it to go.
GG
Sturka can line up a couple more critical shots.
GG I guess GG
This round wrangled.
maybe not
Prophet is able to find one. Stop getting some damage through. Now orbital strike is going to be
पक हगा GG's भाई nice one भाई mentality nice one भाई absolute cinema
And it's Durka's op leading the charge again. Finds huge kills there to keep foot pinned off of him. Just sociable.
It is a 2v4.
It is again. This
nice भाई क्या शॉट मारे भाई डायरेक्ट खेल रहा है भाई आज डायरेक्ट कर रखे है आज कुछ काम
And it forces Sop out. The shorty not gonna be there and
दो गुस्से
slams the fist.
Two sides of a coin. It's got to be a frustrating one. You never want to be seeing your players keeping up rounds like that when you're so far ahead of the start.
एक ले गया रश कर रहे हैं पीछे निकलो आगा nice ये मार देगा नाइस GG's एक ही है 3-1 नाइस भाई डायरेक्ट का लगा रखा हो आज ये फिर खड़ा हो गया जब भी खड़ा होता है हारना शुरू हो जाते हैं जैसे ही खड़ा होकर चलाना शुरू करता है वैसे ही हारना शुरू हो जाती है शांत नहीं रहता है भी
Sayonara there, taking that early contact. Prophet just crouching, holding the line at the door, buying that time. Yampi as well.
ये शॉट अच्छा था.
Overstaying his welcome, has learned his lessons from some of the early struggles.
11-9 टाइम आउट आ गया ना 11-9 पे तो हर टाइम आ जाता है भाई एक 11-9 पे एक 5 पे जिस टीम के पहले 5 हो गए और उसके बाद तुम्हारे नहीं हुए 5 तो बस टाइम आउट एक 11 पे आ जाएगा 11-9 भाई इजी है 2 राउंड की लीड चल रही है जीत सकते हैं आराम से
kind of a great round for Vitality in terms of just they're starting to push out a little bit on the map. They're constantly either fighting for dish control or they have some kind of setup behind it. So as Foot, you got to talk about maybe we got to try other contact fights on the map. Maybe we can work the map a little bit more to keep Vitality a little bit off guard. We could play a little bit of ante like we saw with Vitality in their attacker side where you kind of wait it out, see if you can get them to overstep their ground a little bit.
आगे जी मेंटालिटी के लिए मेरे ख्याल से बाकी पता नहीं भाई इस गेम का कुछ नहीं पता कुछ भी हो सकता है 4 लोग पीछे से आ रहे हैं इनके सेम तो वही याद है फिनिक्स पीछे क्यों नहीं देख रहा है आगे क्यों देख रहा है इतना They're going back. So bad.
Just 2 charges away from having that showstopper, but Chronicle he might just be able to make this
Chronicle
an absolute
might
nightmare
take
for them
2 भाई,
going forward.
might,
Himself tucked away
no
over
idea.
at bench, and is this going to be any
Might take 2.
consideration? The answer is absolutely not. He's going to play.
Might take 4. Might take 4.
Able to find the two. Zeus does manage to turn back, find that elimination, but that just might be enough damage.
Might take.
The jump across the shot going to be late. Durka able to
Just
reposition,
miss.
gets himself the canteen.
Run.
Free check, but
बच
still
गए.
cover. Doesn't get the
बच
damage.
गए.
Stays
How
alive.
the
It's gonna be
fuck you
Bobby
got
West. Anywhere
saved?
it goes, and Cristalli is able to collect
When we 2v2.
Peek out,
Okay.
just tap the bandit in the hand for Yedajay. Durka, the pain shell going to be chucked in.
2v2.
Pushes them forward. A gun collected, a 2v2.
I guess mentality जीत सकते हैं अगर पीक ना दे. नहीं, sorry वो. Foot जीत सकते हैं अगर weak. Oh, 1v1 ना. फेक देना, फेक दे, आ जाएगा वो, खुद ही भगता आएगा.
Durka will get the assessment, will have the read, taps it, is dialed in. Yedajay, does he bite the bait? The answer for now is no. Plays it wisely, plays it patiently. Another tap, a swap of the gun, and now the scale forward. Durka thinking that he's been rerouted.
लग गया पता. चल अब पता तो है, कम से कम पीछे है, इसको पता तो है.
But Yedajay just continues to not buy it. He knows.
अरे कर. Fucking dumbass. कर लेता भाई. अबे वो ले भी गया किल.
As the spike erupts, as a monstrous Red Bull clutch be found, foot once again one
बस
round away.
अबे उसको पता है वहाँ पे, फिर भी चला आगे मारने उसको. अबे कर ना, वहाँ थोड़ा रहा है भाई. इधर कितने बढ़िया किल्स थे. 2 3 4 ले जाता आराम से. 4 किल हो जाते. वो अल्ट पता नहीं कैसे बच गया वो अल्ट से. स्कूबा.
So smart. Absolutely outthinks Durka the whole way there.
And now it's Vitality, the ones that are struggling as far as the economy is concerned for the lead for the north side. Crunch!
ओए. ओ नाइस भाई मेंटालिटी. 2v4 ये भी हक सकते हैं, ये मेरे को पूरा भरोसा है. क्योंकि हगा नहीं था तो जो मैं झगड़ने वाला था वो हक दिया, तो मैनी चांसेस कि ये भी हक देंगे.
I know exactly where it is.
Nice. You know where they are. They're all inside. But spike तुम्हारे पास है तो चिल करो. चिल करो भाइयों और भैनों. बाय नहीं उनके पास अगले राउंड के लिए. सेव करेंगे बिल्कुल गंदे वाला. अगर पिक कर रहे हैं तो देयर चॉइसेस भाई, करना तो नहीं चाहिए. सेव करेंगे तो ठीक है. 12-10 का आ जाएगा आराम से. बढ़िया.
Nigh undoable.
A 3-player high low.
I guess कर ही रहे हैं.
Something
They
incredible with the
think
outlaw, how
they
they're
can
lined
do
up.
it भाई. वो लाइन अप हो रखे हैं ऊपर से. एक को लगी, साथ में सबको लग जाएगी. गया जीजीस.
They up the pace. They catch but completely unawares, and now they are up to match point.
मैच पॉइंट भाई. आई थिंक सो मेंटालिटी जीत गई. अब आगे पता नहीं भाई, यहाँ पे भी 12-12 हो जाए. नो फकिंग आइडिया भाई. नाइस नाइस. इनका कैमरा इतना खराब क्यों है? इतनी फटी फटी क्यों पिक्चर आ रही है? क्या मनी नहीं है उनके पास. जी है भाई. अब इससे ज्यादा ये हार गए. अगर ये अब हार गए भाई, आई कांट टेल यू व्हाट टू डू भाई. क्योंकि ना अब तो सिर्फ कितने 2 लोगों का 3 लोगों का अल्ट है. जेट सबने कर दिया अल्ट अपना. अब उसको पता नहीं है. सायोनारा. मारो एक को प्लीज. मारो मुंह के सामने है. ओए. If they clutch this, best way they can. No, they no. Hell no. Nice one. GG's. 3v1. They have to rush भाई. Fade rush भाई उधर से. Fade. Hello. Nice. GG's भाई. Mentality OP.
13 to 10, 2 to 1. They're going to the playoffs.
What a recovery here for
Recovery भाई सही बात है.
after getting
बहुत बढ़िया राउंड निकाला.
Haven and going to fracture a map that they have struggled on. They have had some rough games. They have lost to this foot team here this year. This time around, they are in control. They have a great recovery on the attacker's side and do very well on the defender's side. Some good change-ups, some great plays. Everybody having their shining moments on Vitality.
अभी जाके एलिमिनेशन में, एलिमिनेशन वाले गेम में सारे, उसमें मजा आएगा. इनका पंजवा बंदा कहाँ गया? 4 ही हैं तो.
Going the way of Vitality and costing Foot dearly, both on Fracture as well as on that Pearl. Both of those
GG's.
maps were incredibly winnable.
What a round, भाई. What a round. I have to see someone reaction, भाई.
Foot अभी 1-all है, 1-all.
As well as on that Pearl. Both of those maps were incredibly winnable for this team. Have to suspect that that is going to be lingering in their heads as they get ready to prepare for.
क्या खेले? सही बात है.
ये थी मैच भाई, ये थी मैच.
They get to take a breather. Playoffs is secured. We will be seeing a hell of a lot more of this team here in Masters London.
And I doubt anyone's going to want to play him. You would think that this is going to be the last team picked as we go into those playoffs. The clutches in particular today, again for Vitality. I mean, the experience, the tenure, the firepower, the brains on this
Vitality
team
को कौन पिक करेगा बताओ?
Finally starting to show that potential that we all thought they had at the beginning of the year.
I see Vitality playing the way that they did in those 2 maps.
Paper X Vitality को पिक करेगी.
And I just feel like Paper X
नहीं, Paper X G2 को पिक करेगी.
अरे G2 Paper X फर्स्ट सीट है मेरे भाई.
Oh, right.
G2 भी पिक करेगी.
Paper X NRG को पिक करेगी.
The Vitality fans have turned out today. Chronicle, I'm not going to photobomb, but I would love to talk to you. How relieved are you to have finished that win?
Honestly, very good. Like, regional matchups are always the hardest ones on international tournaments. I know by myself, especially against this team in 2024, I had rough losses against them. But yeah, right now we secured playoffs. Like, we are going super great, I would say. Maybe some teams are scared of us as well. We're doing great.
It got a bit scary for you guys at times, though, I have to say. In that
Fnatic वाले क्या कर रहे हैं? हारे थे ये क्या कर रहे थे?
100% we wouldn't win it. Like, I mean, that was a really hard game and comeback.
GG's
Like,
भाई.
that one crucial round was like actually worth it.
Vitality
Like,
OP.
after that we figured out what to do against
ये
them.
फुट वाले भाई
And
25
also,
लोग फुट के
like,
साथ
I
थे
mean,
भाई.
that one additional round like could went us into overtimes. Like, if we, I don't know, had bad economy or something else. I mean,
1.2k के लाइक हो गए भाई.
for 10,000 years
अपने
what
कब
if,
होंगे?
but it doesn't matter. This one you two helped us, and I'm happy with that.
True.
You have qualified for playoffs, so congratulations on that one. But what does this Vitality need to do now to level up to actually be a team that can win Masters?
We will use this last few days of practice, like coming to the playoffs as maximum as possible. Like, we will try to do our best to fix up all those mistakes, especially we had on Haven. And yeah, we will see.
We will see. Thank you so much, Chronicle. Thank you.
W by W. सायोनारा बीच में थोड़ा ढह गया, बट ब्रो कॉलिंग्स थी ब्रो.
ना कॉलिंग्स बहुत इंसेन थी हर्ष भाई, मजा आ गई यार.
4 सेकंड ने वाइटैलिटी बोला है.
Let's go, boys! Let's go! Sop, do you know this finger, Sop? Unbelievable stinger player! Hey! What is this city? Hey, all of you! Sop, where are you looking? Sop! Bro! Maybe change your nickname to fucking water!
बाप रे भाई. Damn. चलो.
Bro.
चीज. Oh the fuck? ये क्या हुआ? हाँ आ गई. आज में पतला सा लग रहा हूँ. थैंक यू. भाई मैं लग तो रहा है. चलो भाई जीजीस, ये तो मैं अपने आप देखूंगा। वो एनर्जी वाला हमने इधर देख लिया, 2 घंटे 15 मिनट की कर भी ली स्ट्रीम। ओके गुड बाय जीजीस।